What am I doing for an intro?
Oh my God, we're not even doing an intro. Hit this thing, Pete. Everybody's probably getting a commercial anyways. We're on commercial right now.
You don't want to. Why don't we talk about the poop particles?
No, hit
No?
the intro.
Poop is in the air.
Too early.
God damn it, we're in the wrong room again. We're about to hit the track.
Hit the intro. Oh my God.
I gotta get to the right room before I can hit the intro.
Pepto-Bismol works wonders. Anyway.
I was hit the intro. I was like, wait a second, that's the tack intro. What the hell are we doing in here?
After the Browns game today, I need a lot of that, Dom.
Oh, yeah.
J-E-T-S.
Dude, we almost lost to the arguably like a grade school team because the Commanders are horribly trash. And we still almost gave our game away to them. So
I tell you what, the Jet fans are happy today. They went to bed happy. They won that game.
Is anybody echoing or no?
Yeah, I was gonna say I hear an echo.
All right, somebody fix it.
It's me.
All right. Today we've got a lot of cool stuff. JJ, as usual, is running late, but he'll be on. We are going to do a new segment as usual. We're going to do a comic segment. We're going to do Into the Future because we've got StarWars.com dropped a lot of preview stuff. So we're gonna, because of course with the High Republic, we did a High Republic piece last week. They had to give us a bunch of new content on High Republic, so we'll be covering that today. We also are going to get into toys. Then we are going to do a card break, and we're going to look. This is a Wayseeker idea that he's had for a while, and I like it. So we're going to do it, but I haven't reviewed it yet, so it might go terribly wrong, and I might be screaming.
No.
But it's like we're going to review true keys in Star Wars, not like, oh, I think this guy, blah, blah, blah. True keys in Star Wars. We got 10 of those. We're going to look them over, and we'll be following those every quarter. Maybe give it a little bit of play on that. And yeah, we're probably going to talk a little bit of Endor. I think it's still going to be good. We're going to get 3 of those. Oh, also, do not forget, tune in on Wednesday for the tax show for our 2000K giveaway. We're probably going to really be talking a couple of Endor then. We are also going to have some other shenanigans going on, including, if we can get it done in time, Andor Bingo. We will try to release our Andor Bingo things on.
You got at least this to give away.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff to give away. We are going to try to do our Andor Bingo card sheets by Tuesday. We will release them on the Renovision IG page, so make sure you're following the Renovision IG page. Let's say hello to everybody who showed up. It seems like there's a lot of people already at it. Ronnie, greatest Star Wars show on YouTube, great host, and then down over. By the way, I have a feeling Ronnie's seen on the airwaves too. Spent the weekend riding roller coasters, saying hi for the algorithm. Where's that at, Ed? Hopefully not Cedar Point. Hi, Eric. Hi. Sith Rule, thank you for the thank you for the membership. Also, Rodney, thank you for the membership. And Fett Club, rock out, geek, rock out, nerds, rock out. Okay. Hey everyone. Hey Ryan. Are you gonna get any bold predictions? Well, I don't think there's any bold predictions. They gave away
send Ryan the soaps. I still have them in this box.
I'm sure Dom has some bold predictions.
Send me it because I'm going to see him in a couple of weeks because we are doing like next month. It's Great Lakes. It is Motor City, and I still haven't returned Sleepy's text if he's picking me up to go down to Baltimore. So, but I will find at least 2 of those. I'm here to find out just how much of Marco Soldi sell out to Sugar Mama Kennedy. Dude, listen, they're giving us Kid Andor. They're giving us a little boy in Andor in there too. He's growing up in that little island thing. It's looking great, man. And I mean, what do you want? It looks really good. I know you're curmudgeon, so you're going to hate it anyways, BK, because you're a little troll, but like, okay. Each their own. That's how you want to live your life. What's up, Mojo? Mojo, good to see you. Dub, good evening. Renovisionites, nice. Is that what they call people?
I don't know.
Hey, Mystic, Relic.
That's too long. Too many syllables.
Mary Poppins with ET on. With Alien on the end? Who's on the bike?
Yeah, it's an alien.
That's Alien on the end, but is that Mary Poppins alien? Is that Peter Pan? I don't know.
It's more like a Robin Hood. Want to see a little red flourish?
Howdy, Dwayne Scott. Hey, Dom, how about them Giants? Okay, we're not going to go off football all the time. Stefford Wolf. Hey, guys. Hey, how's it going? Vossrod. Hi, all. All right. Hey, gang. Joe, what do we got today? Oh, my God. So, if I've never told you before, we got a lot of Star Wars figures from the Blue Light Special, which is Kmart's bargain bin because we didn't have the money to get regular ones. So, this character was like, we had 3 of these. because my dad would forget that he bought them, but then like there was like you just dig to the bottom of the bin and then give kids it. So like 2 Christmases in a row, I think I got this character twice, and my brother got it once. So there you go, 3 times. Darth Jarwood. Hello. Elliot, and Alien. I think cool. Okay,
Elliot.
Not. Oh, you're a super fan. Sure you are. Okay. Sure you are. All right. Let's get into. Well, we do have that card break coming up. We got toys coming up, but let's get into Star Wars comics for the week. We
had comics first.
Huh?
You want to do the comics first?
Yeah. Should we leave news for a little bit? I think news is going to lead in probably some Andor stuff and a couple other things. So let's
maybe a little. Okay, go ahead. Go with comics.
Comics first. It's a lot. It's a lot to devour this week. Not because the comics were so great. Bounty Hunters 27. I think we're all struggling with this one. It kind of almost changed. Okay, it's not as lame as it normally is. The group of bounty hunters has to go.
Glowing review. Not as lame as usual.
Not as bad.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen. What do you? I got called like I see it, right?
I think it's ready for a reboot.
Well, actually, if they reboot it like this, it's not such a bad thing. So they have to go work for the Pikes. One of the Pikes killed another Pike, and then, or maybe not even a Pike, just a rival. So they're having a party right outside a black hole, and our group of like Zuckus and Tulsa and everybody else that's in this group has got to go protect them, and they hate the Pikes, but they're going to do it anyways. So, boosh, 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 tuku, tuku, tuku. I mean, I guess they've even got techno music out there at the black hole. They're like, hey, look, what's going on?
I thought you were naming characters.
Like, boosh. We got
They're like, here, protect our big fat dude. He's our leader. Cool shit. They're like, God, this job sucks, but whatever. And then they make fun of Tulsa, and then they're like, whatever that guy's name is, the guy that was in, the second movie of the last trilogy. And he goes, hey, listen, yeah, you might hate him, but here we go. Those are actually the bad guys over there. They start shooting the place up. They start killing Pikes. All of a sudden, the bounty hunters go everywhere. Boss says, leave some for me. Tasu Leech. There you go.
I was trying to figure out, like, what the hell's he talking about? The guy from
Tasu Leech. Tasu actually has a bunch of his people that were actually the guys that attacked. And they're like, hey, they killed a whole school of kids that are like you. And he goes, fuck it. I don't need the money. I'm going to kill this bastard. So they're going to work for Crimson Dawn. This is literally, these last 3 books have been a waste of time just for them to go into the Crimson Dawn storyline. And they had nothing else to do. So they decided to do that.
So it sounds like it's just as bad as it has been to me.
A little bit better. No, because the next one they're going to go work for the Crimson. It's going to be I kind of wouldn't mind if they showed bounty. We complained that we want to see bounty hunters doing bounty hunter type jobs.
Right.
This was a bounty hunter type job book. It was a lot of fighting, a lot of explaining the different groups, and somebody killed
Tuka Tuka Boosh Boosh.
Tuka and Chuka Chukas and Chuma Chumas. So a lot of people died. So
I don't know. Bounty hunters could be so much better. I don't know why they're going this route. The way they do things. There's so many bounty hunters. They can make a bounty hunter team like Suicide Squad and go and do it's.
That's what they just did in this book. Literally, what they just did in this book, and it's still not great.
Well, they just kind of treading water until we get whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Trilogy is.
This is a tread till they get back into Crimson Dawn, and then they're gonna
the finale of the Crimson
Dawn. And if you read what came out,
it's kind of like Suicide Squad, but the squad changes every comic, so it's a little bit different. Like if they just
it's been for the last arc. It has been this team of Zuckus and Forlom and the 2 ladies.
I like that they're getting their play. It's the other cast members that are not making it entertaining. I don't care about Lucky. I don't care about these guys. I don't care about. I want to see real bounty hunters. These guys like bogus. Bounty hunters, man. I want to see like Cad Bane. Cad Bane is still around somewhere. I want to see Durnge. Durnge can come back. I want to see some more of that. Not feeling it.
Durnge is the most randomest bounty hunter, more random than any fucking bounty hunter in this book. This book has Bosk and Forlom and Zuckus in it. Original fucking bounty hunter.
Durnge is cooler than all these other guys.
fucking Cad Bane, who's already been killed, we know, and
But
his
Cad Bane's not dead. He's out.
I want to say Boba Fett, but you caught yourself because you know there's a Mandalorian book.
No, Boba Fett's coming.
No,
He's
tell
still
the
coming
truth,
back.
Todd. You were about to say, I want to see a real bounty hunter book with Boba Fett in it. Yes?
No, well, listen.
Yes?
I am thinking.
No,
I'm thinking
yes?
the way Marvel's going, the way they're doing these like little limited series, like with Yoda and Han Solo and all the different things. There is a Boba Fett book coming when Boba Fett between Clone Wars and Start New Hope, because you get that big gap right there.
Yeah, to Tom's point, I mean, we could have. I mean, we're getting Vader stories and regular stuff. We could get a Boba Fett book covering time when he was around.
All he would be doing is hanging out with Tuskens during this time, right? Like for the next
For 5 years. For 5 years, he hung out with Tuskens.
So that would be a great story.
No,
so
but that's now. That's now. I'm talking about the past.
About Dancing with Wolves, which I didn't have a problem with.
Listen,
I did.
Okay. Yeah,
listen, don't worry. We're gonna get badass Boba soon. He's coming back after this whole shenanigan bullshit. But
what you want is you want a prequel. You want a prequel Boba story. You don't want Boba.
So much story.
There's so many more bounty hunters than fucking Boba Fett. Boba Fett should have stayed dead.
Why was he the most feared? The most feared.
But give Tom a good Boba Fett story.
Dead in the Sarlacc pit. He should have stayed dead in the Sarlacc pit. It was a mistake bringing him out. Oh no! Oh, because we have bike riders now. Because we got scooters out of that. You should.
That's because they screwed it up. Well, to your point, they screwed it up just like the Oscars screwed it. Yeah, we got Dances with Wolves, and we should have gotten Goodfellas. So he's going to lead a whole cadre of villains. But we got Dances with Wolves.
That's why. Listen, I may have been disappointed at D23, but my hopes are still high. Book of Boba Fett season 2 is coming.
We could get a good Boba story, like pre-New Hope time, right?
Okay, just stop it. Stop.
Like for God's sake, like give us something pre-New Hope Boba.
Next up, but there is one other portion. I separated it. There was a 4-piece Valance story. He can't taste alcohol, but everybody thinks he's cute. All the Imperials think he's cute and kept sending him drinks. And then other ones wanted to tell stories and send drinks. But then he went back to make out with the other cyborg. However, he did note that he has no sensation from drinking alcohol, such as the taste or texture or any of that. So I don't know
and
how.
No boners because he's robot.
I was a little more classier than Dom, but as I was saying, if you can't feel taste or anything from that, or no effects from alcohol, then how is romance like kissing and other activities going to be an interest to you? But
it doesn't seem like it is in that picture.
Well, one of them throws them. No, they're getting down. Yeah. All right.
You see, that's another thing. All kidding aside, I actually, Valance is a great character. I don't know why they brought him back into the Empire the way he was. He should have stayed
great.
Not good. No, but they could make him great. He's actually he's pretty cool. But I'm just saying, his story, I don't know, just yeah, exactly. Star Wars stage. Now, I think that the character could have been better off just staying, a bounty hunter doing his thing and making his move. Going back into the Empire, it kind of like, I don't know. And now the stories, he's making out with other cyborgs. He's doing like, what the hell's going on?
It's once again, we explained this. It's gap issues. They are gap. These 3 books were literally because they want to gap into the main event, which, by the way, Dom, if we recall, and we can go back to the tapes, you were super excited about the 3-part Crimson Dawn storyline. Can't wait. Best stuff ever. Sounds great. Well, this is the shit you get when you promote that type of stuff.
But also
we're hoping
it's way later than it's supposed to be. Like Phase 3 of Crimson Empire was supposed to come out in June.
Yeah, fair.
So like that got stalled, and now they have to fill in space to make it even worse.
Yeah, it's a shit filling book. I mean, like, look, man, this book wasn't. What I'm saying was the last 2 books were way worse than this book. The last 2 books were just. I mean, it was like it.
That last bite tastes a little less like shit.
Yeah, that's right. It does. All right, Obi-Wan, number 5. Surprisingly not horrible, but it's still a terrible book. Didn't I say that about the last one? So he's doing the back. I thought I had hope for this, but it turned out to be shit. He's still in his hut out on the hill. He now needs a battery, so he's going to go find some Jawas. But in the meantime, a stormtrooper named Jim needs to go out and kill Tuskens. I wonder how this is going to go.
Stormtrooper named Jim.
Jim.
Jim 9960. They did that stupid joke. So he's out there with all of them. They're like, crap, we've spied them already. We've seen a couple of them. We found their huts. There are a couple huts and a couple hounds, but we don't really actually see them. And we see all of our stuff. Get ready. Okay, shoot a couple of the hounds. There, shoot. Fire. Oh, shoot this guy. Come on, dude. Only time they ever hit anything is when it's a scarecrow, obviously.
Chewy chomp.
Then they go up because the thing's on fire, and they like, let's go check this out. No, why would you do that? Obviously, it was a trap. They're on top of it. They're just shooting him down. Then they're beating him with gaffy sticks. Boba Fett's somewhere in the background here at this point in time. So,
no,
there you go, Dom.
It's still out there. This is before.
Oh. You never know.
Right. You never know, though. He could be there.
He could be, but he's not.
He's out there waiting to be like, man, maybe one day I can be spit out of a Sarlacc pit and hang out with these guys.
Just nodding. Yes. Good job.
So then Obi wanders somehow with how big the Great Desert is. He somehow sees this and wanders in there, finds the battery and steals it, and then goes, cool, man. Well, there's a bunch of dead troopers here, so maybe I should steal some batteries. Oh, crap, this one's coughing.
All old people steal batteries. Didn't you learn that in Seinfeld?
Right. Oh, crap, this one's coughing. Damn it, I used to be a Jedi Knight. I might as well throw him on the back of my little camel doohickey thing here. Oh, wait, I didn't check. He fell off.
Conan O'Brien.
He woke up. Now he's running away. This actually looks like art from...
Why does Obi look like he stayed up like 3 days studying for a final?
Yeah. No, he looks like a Toro.
What's going on there?
What's his name?
This guy sees a lightsaber. Let me get through this horseshit first. This guy sees a lightsaber. He's like, oh, shit, what are you, a wizard in the desert? I'm going to run. Instead, he passes out. He wakes up with a bandage. Obi doesn't even try to hide, which doesn't make any sense because they're still hunting Jedis at this point. He doesn't try to hide.
Buried. His lightsaber should be buried right now. Shouldn't it still be buried in the sand at this point?
Who?
Obi's lightsaber?
Yeah, they should be. But then...
Did you really call him? Ask if he was a wizard?
Yep, he did. And then he sees it on the mantle. Obi's just got this motherfucker out
flying
on the
around
mantle.
in spaceships. Why the hell would a lightsaber be? Don't they remember Jedis? It's not been that long.
Yeah, I don't know. So he pulls it out. He's like, that's a good thing here. If you really want it, you should protect yourself in the desert. Take it. That's what Obi-Wan says. The guy steals his camel thing, rides it all the way back. The Imperial starts talking shit. And then he's like, man, I miss Obi. I miss that guy, Ben. He was really cool. I wish I would be back there one day. And then we get to see the Clone Wars boots on Ben for some reason. I don't know. The end. Not a good move.
That's the end of the storyline, too. That's the final.
Thank God.
That's how you end the final.
Yeah, but that's how you end the whole.
That's it.
Arc. Like,
yeah.
They're gonna probably make another one.
Another journal arc. They'll do another journal arc.
But what did that story tell us?
Putting
on the boots.
The whole point of like the journal should be cool stories, like the stories that Ben remembers that are important to him, and like these stories that we told are not stories that anybody would put in their journal.
Yeah, dumb.
You wrapped a story where you stole some batteries and put on some boots.
See, this is the problem. The stories are not interesting. They're not.
They're bad, Dom. They're just bad.
It's starting to remind us a lot of Dark Horse comics. When people were just writing shit to write shit, and they just weren't good. And they're just putting out a ton of content.
Yeah, I wonder, though, like, was it ever, like, a good idea? Like, was, like, the pitch really good? Like, what was the pitch? And then just failed in the execution? Or was it beginning to end?
The pitch was, everybody likes the Obi-Wan show. It's great. Darth Vader, let's go give some Obi-Wan stuff. Who McGregor? Okay, great. Because everybody's saying...
aside, there's points. These stories, there's a lot of points to these stories that they may not seem to make sense, but most likely there's something that eventually
you're hoping that eventually somebody's going to retcon some shit so it makes sense later, because right now it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't hope they're going to make something that we just saw better by telling us more story on top of it. Just give me a good story from beginning to end right now. Like, it's a mini series. Mini series shouldn't be hard. You tell the whole story, beginning, middle, end.
I think this all plays into the fucking horse shit that we've been talking about of store exclusives and other dog shit and pumping and dumping. Because of that, they've gotten away over the pandemic of selling a lot of books of dog shit. And can you explain why some of these dog shit books sell? To them, they don't watch little small 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 sub fucking YouTube channels because it's not important to them. So they don't understand the pump and dumps that are going on. So then, yes, people are buying that horse shit. They're like, hey, dog shit's selling. Let's give these people more dog shit. And that's what we get. I mean, that's when you take a pop, put another sticker on it, and sell it for $100.
To be fair, it's not that it's intentionally dog shit. It's that, hey, we can sell no matter what it is. So we don't have to try. Like, we will just sell books just based off of covers, and we'll have 30 million shops wanting to do exclusives.
It's the story group, isn't it? The story
sell books because they want to have covers for new number ones,
but
and it doesn't matter what's inside.
That sits there and this sits at a round table and talks about the stuff. This is good to push out.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no need for a round table.
The story group just says you cannot use this character, you can't use that character, you can't do this timeline. That's what they tell you. They do not tell you what to write. You can write all the dog shit you want to write. It's not like a story group as in we're the story group that makes up stories. It's a story group as somebody else is doing a different story with that character. You can't use them right now. That's what it is. They read a lot of stories.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, see, there you go. All right. So for next week, it was Flaming Trash. Thank you.
Hey, you guys agreed on something.
Next week we got Dark Horse. Speaking of Flaming Trash, Dark Horse.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't awful. It's not like Obi-Wan level bad. I don't think
that one wasn't. We'll see what this one is. Okay. Heroes of the Rebellion are trapped. Let's go. It's like our two trolls are going at it with each other now. Next week we've also got Darth Vader. They have done previews for this book. They had a good book going. Is the key. They had a good book.
Did they make Vader look a little heftier to you just because they could fit Sabe in there? Like he looks.
Yeah, I think it's just.
He looks like me. Like he's been putting on a few over.
Yeah, too many of those intergalactic donuts.
Yeah, he just better get up, move around.
And we got, as Dom always likes to say, first Darth Bane in night costume from a cartoon driven by a thing.
Really? I thought that was one of the statues outside of P.F. Chang's.
He actually is in this statue in a different comic book, I think, but like he wasn't on the front cover. So there you go.
Yes, buy your copies.
Okay.
And that's why the guy speaking about Star Wars giving us shit just went to go say, yeah, that's okay. Buy some shit. He just goes, buy the shit, but like, why are we getting shit? I don't understand.
Hey, well, this way we can sell you. What are they?
The Mando comic is like one of the best Star Wars comics out right now because at least I can read it with my kid, and my kid can get the Mando story. Like that's how bad Star Wars comics are.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen. Like
I know exactly the story, but at least I have a good reason to buy one copy.
You like to
see now? Let me ask you a question now. After this series is over, you think they're going to come out with season 2 in comic book form? Which,
if they're selling this one, they probably would.
No, make backstories before Mando. That's the thing. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Stop buying this horse shit.
Until people stop buying this, they don't have any reason to do that.
It's
they're
going
to do that, Dom. Absolutely.
It's actually pretty good.
And is this the first? What are those? The whistling bird? The
Whistlers. First time the Whistlers are on the covering.
On the cover, yeah. So let's pump this one. Let's sell
first.
This
First Vizsla, what's his name? Will be in this one too.
The heavy artillery.
Pads.
Has.
You know,
FOC, what are we doing? So next week we've got the Mandalorian, whatever. FOC, we've got Darth Vader.
Hey, mic drop Vader.
Huh?
Yeah.
Looks like he's mic dropping. Like I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's for the Star Wars 45 covers.
Yo, isn't the Darth Vader cover the first one? Looks like you're a creepy uncle that's behind him.
It looks like the Joker cover that they pulled with.
I don't think they finished it because it seems like it. I don't know. We'll see though. Usually,
I don't mind the 45 on that one. At least it's the right character on the 45.
Yeah,
right.
They're gonna put a shitty border around it though.
Probably
mess it all up. Like,
I've seen that 45 logo in the corner a bunch, so hopefully that's what it stays with. Okay, down the road, we mentioned this comic. What was it last week? And now we got the preview of it. We do. Took some notes here. All right. So here's the preview. This is actually the first page of the preview. We're doing a little bit. Mac is the Jedi that we're going to follow. That is not him on the left. Actually, I was thinking about it. Doesn't it look like what's that group in the in Afra? The
Oh, I was going to say it looks like if Santa Claus was a Mongol.
It does, but what's the group that uses all the artifacts or whatever to mimic Sith? Whatever.
Oh.
You know, actually, remember back in Afra when she heard her dad, they went into the planet, and it was the first time they showed those characters from the past. They were like, I forgot, or I think it could basically be as just that if you really think about it. I don't know. Dr. Afra, one of like the books where the father came back. She went on the planet.
Now I'm trying. I should have just gone with it and finished it off so I could figure out what I was going to say.
Yeah, you should have, because now I'm looking at the picture and I'm wondering why there's that guy's butt has.
Yeah, it's a Sith Eternal. All right, so the Sith Eternal, I thought this might be something to the Sith Eternal effect, because why else would you introduce the Sith Eternal for so long in Afro without doing something like everything else they did with the hyperspace thing they did played back into it. A couple other things they did that played back into High Republic books. So I was thinking maybe Sith Eternal on this, maybe not. Either way, he was technically a little kid whenever this happened, so we're gonna get a little back scene from Mac.
Santa.
His first name, by the way, is something Vladar.
Oh, they got the Geico lizard with him.
Yeah, and then look at how bad this is. So then he's on a plane of all Jedi's traveling, and yes, they got the Geico lizard. I wonder if that thing's going to eat eggs on the trip or whatever. Who knows?
Safe car insurance.
Always in hyperspace, though. Like all these things are happening. So, it reminds you of Bernester almost, where she had the visions during hyperspace.
Flashbacks. Yeah, he's having the flashbacks.
So now he's having nightmares during hyperspace.
Yeah, and the lizard person says, like, oh, this happens to me in hyperspace, too. It happens to a lot of us. And he's like, well, whatever. So he's staying on, apparently, was it Jeddah? Yeah.
Jeddah.
He's going to go on Jeddah. That's where he's going to stay. That's where he's going to be posted. And he's going to follow the Padawan Matthias. Mattatha, isn't it? Matthi?
I thought it was Matthias, but whatever. Yeah. They just call her Maddie, right?
Maddie. So Mac and Maddie are going to be hanging out. He apparently knows the leader, but that's what they're doing. This is the book they're going to get introduced to each other, and that's pretty much the end of the preview. There is going to be another character we're going to see in 2, and we'll talk about that in a little bit because they actually gave us a lot on that. Also, they changed the look of Porter Eagle for the 4th time.
Not really.
You know what it looks like? His horns were cut off with the glasses.
Really? Pete,
right? It looks like horns.
Huh.
Were cut on his forehead.
This is much different.
This is Hellboy.
This is
the first one
better. I think
Porter Eagle was on a cover of a novel, and he had flaps almost.
Yeah, that was completely
back. There was another one of Porter Eagle where the blade, which we saw in the other one, where he's completely cut off and looked whatever. Then there is.
I was thinking of the annual beat cover
where he's some old white, wrinkled. Yeah,
well, this is him not old. That's all. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know it's shaved horns like Hellboy on his.
Why not?
Wayseeker, you think this is the first time we're seeing him this way, correct?
Yes, so definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So the blade, this is number 2. We're gonna follow him again. He's gonna run into his sister. So he had a sister, which is interesting.
And I think also we learned that Barash was a Jedi too. So I guess maybe they're both Jedi, and that's why he's able to run his sister. I don't know, but I think it said in preview 1 that it was Jedi Barash. So
I know JJ said this is what he thought that Porter. I think you're correct on that, by the way. Porter Engle was going to be like. I always pictured him. You know the guy that says like, "My name is Montego Montoya."
Well, that's what his saber hilt looks like.
Yeah, but he's too thick. He needs to be thinner.
And he goes, his the hilt. I'm just saying the hilt of his lightsaber looks like Inigo's.
Remember Final Fantasy, the original one? You could be the barbarian guy, the first one, or hero or whatever. And then the second character, was it Thief? No. Whatever the second character was when it evolved, that's why I thought he was.
Final Fantasy. You mean like the old one for NES, where you could be like the warrior, the thief, the white wizard, the red wizard.
Yeah. So I thought you'd be more like the thief type character, but whatever. Because that one was thinner and you could use the smaller blades. Okay. Next,
remember Gauntlet? That was
we've got Star Wars High Republic 3. Kevin's still doing it. This cover, I think, is the EMA cover, maybe. Well, I don't know, but one of the variants. They are going to get into it with the Wills. It definitely says that. The Thai character is this little thiefy character, so maybe it is going to be Maybe that's what we're getting here. Maybe we're getting like our own Fantastic or
I
Final
don't know. I
Fantasy.
thought that looks a lot like Drizzt from Forgotten Realms down in the front.
Either way, gonna have a little hand cross thing, and they're gonna be fighting the Big Will. So Terra's about to strike the Temple of Kyber. This, I believe, on the left is the A cover, and maybe that's the EMA cover. EMA, however you say that person's name, is on the right. Okay, next up, we've got Yoda. JJ said last week that Yoda was going to start off with the High Republic. I questioned that, and I'm still questioning it, but I could be very wrong too. But it does say for number 2 that Jedi Master abandoned his usual place in Coruscant to settle on a backwater world. Doesn't that sound like Dagobah?
Well, the Galactic Frontier. I don't know.
It could be why I guess you could get a story about why he is so connected to Dagobah.
Yeah, it just doesn't ever make sense because Star Wars usually doesn't start at the beginning. They usually start in the middle, then go to
maybe they're going back and forth. Maybe each story to be different.
So the higher,
but we know why he left Coruscant, so it couldn't be just like
no. The middle part for Yoda would have been the clone era, because it'd be clone era. Original trilogy would be the last portion in the High Republic.
This is 12, right?
Clone
12.
So he would have gone there during clone. All right. What? What'd you say?
How many issues is this?
I don't know.
10, I believe.
Yeah, right.
Ooh,
it's 10, but it's supposed to cover all 3. They did say they're going to cover all 3 eras. So, like,
yep,
that's when they're going to do it.
So we're going to have him go to Dagobah and then just start reminiscing about shit.
Well, the whole thing is like his journals, I think, right? So it's him at the end of his life reviewing. So I think we're getting Yoda's journals.
Yeah, we're getting Yoda's journals.
Going to write it in my journal.
Yeah, my journal too.
Okay, so this actually, I think, is the Bengal cover. Looks sweet. I don't know what the hell that thing is above him.
I don't know.
And the one on the right is obviously the Clone Wars.
That looks like an Urukai.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like one of the like the pirates, the ones that invaded Mando episode 2.
Oh, hold on.
Pirates.
That's got to be the Todd one, right? Because that looks like him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that A cover or whatever that is, or whatever with the weird thing in the background.
I like the issue 1 with the snake, the throwback to the
Nodo on it, but it says Nodo on it. So how could that be? What the? That's the A.
One says Nodo.
This one right here with the demon is.
Yeah, that's gotta be the A cover.
That's the Nodo. Then this. Oh, this right here, the one that I like, is the variant. That's the Todd cover.
I was gonna say it looks like Knock. The signature is
Knock.
Knock.
It is. That's Knock. I like that cover.
Oh yeah, the Bengal is the last one. That's
the Bengal. Yep. Yeah. That's the Clone Wars cover.
What's with the wave?
What? I don't know. What's
the Japanese
Dagobah? Maybe it's a planet that he's going to that's supposed to be backwater, but it's really who knows?
New York City.
What the hell? Yeah, I don't know. There we go. Cool covers though. All right, Mandalorian number 6. This is going to be the one that's got Bill Burr in it. So you're
the first appearance of all those characters.
Yep.
Is it this one or is it the one before? I don't know.
Like, that should be the first appearance, I think.
Why they're making what's the name? The Twi'lek, her hairpiece thing looks so big. Look the way they drew that.
Yeah, her chest looks really big in this too. What?
I know.
It's
so is the
Bobby
demon dude. He wasn't that big, like tall, but this looks like
the A cover. To be honest with you, I like the A cover. I think it's dope.
This one's the Raza.
Is it? It's
got to be this first one.
Yeah, the one on the left.
It's the first one.
Which one? This one?
No, I think the one on the left is the Raza.
Yeah, the one on the left is the Raza.
Yeah, that's probably the Raza.
And who's the last? Concept art variant also available.
No, that's probably the Gleason, the regular one. That A is probably the regular. That's probably the Gleason.
Right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the Gleason.
Oh, Ricky Yaga. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, so I don't know.
Ricky.
Hold on. Let me go full screen. Maybe I can see the name written on the bottom of this.
Well, it's an unfamiliar artist name.
It is. It's the Ricky guys on the right. So this is the Raza is
Raza, and then the Gleason.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I like the Raza too. I'd get one of the. I'll get one of the Raza and one of the A cover.
It's all right.
I'll get them all, just like Pokemon.
I know you will, Dom.
We had no doubt about that, Dom. All right. Next up, we've got Star Wars Hidden Empire number 2. We skipped right over number 1. I think
number 1 has the Darth Maul cover, which is going to be good.
Because we don't have 5,000 of those.
Yeah, I know.
Now we have 5,001.
I know.
I mean, it looks cool, but at the same time, like we have a lot of Darth
I think
Maul
it's the
stuff.
1 in 50. I think it's the 1 in 50.
It is a 1 in 50.
Yeah,
Darth Maul is a 1 in
I
50.
was the one 20 minutes ago asking why we get crap. Okay. Player number 2.
What? And maybe he'll go out with a bang. Maybe Kiro.
And I think here the one on the right is a 1 in 25, if I remember right.
They did something similar for the 1 too. That's like their running thing with the.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
like
what
that Vader cover though.
What? Whose is that?
That is.
Well, I'm looking at it.
I think
Like the one
that's
on the right.
Lopez. The one on the right is the Lopez. I've seen that
Is
one.
it
That's
Lopez?
the Stephen Cummings.
Darth Lopez is making the cover on the right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't look like a Lopez to me.
It is. Yeah, I know. It doesn't look like it's me either, but I saw it somewhere. It was a Lopez.
Okay. I mean, I don't. He usually doesn't have that much like
Where's the connecting cover from Stephen Cummings?
Maybe Cummings
background.
Is it the Cummings?
might be because there was another cover that was similar to
Maybe
this.
maybe I saw it misprinted.
Oh, so you think it connects? This is the connecting? I would have guessed it just because it doesn't look like a Lopez.
So they're trying to use a fermenter cage in number 1 to destroy all Sith. So that's not going to work. She's going to die.
I don't think she's gonna die.
Well, she is gonna die.
What?
I don't know. I think that she is gonna wind up almost dying and just get. You know,
You just said she's gonna die. Now she's almost gonna.
I don't
die.
think she's gonna die. I think
what do you think's gonna happen?
Palpatine's gonna destroy her, and she's gonna have to like turn to Palpatine's side at the end.
You know what? I think
90 books.
she's gonna go way over her head trying to take down 2 top Sith guys. So I don't know.
This series has really slowed down to a chug. I think they would have kept her alive after the first one. I think now it's like to a point that's like maybe we don't keep her in the movie.
I don't know. I think she'll die. Charles Soule doesn't kill off a lot of characters. He likes to keep people around. He likes to go back to characters. I don't know.
If they tell him to kill him off, they might. I don't. Plus, he's going to High Republic.
Don't worry, you have the sequel, The Book of Kira, coming. Dun, 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 dun.
Book of Kira.
Here's the 125 Lopez. Thank you. Hi.
There you go.
That's a little. I don't know.
I thought so. I thought it was Lopez.
Elvis,
Appreciate it.
all right. Thank you. Who's that body shame?
And again, it's not like Lopez has like the most like identifiable art. It's just there's so much background that just didn't look like what I've associated with those covers.
All right, Pete.
Hey, JJ. We actually didn't do the news yet.
Yeah, but do you mind pulling up the boys? I'll be right back, and then we'll kick into the news.
And we also said that we did get
first?
the Nameless is coming out on December 28th. So the Dark Horse did their previews as well for December. We didn't touch on them, but they did get a release date for the Name of Terror, and that's December 28th.
I didn't want to sit into we've got a long show going anyways. I didn't want to sit into previews forever. We will do Dark Horse next week to get through all of those. Because we have a Dark Horse book coming next week. So we'll do that book review, and then we'll do the Dark Horse, what's coming out in December's. All right?
That makes sense. All right, we'll let Dom go with the toys first.
All right, here we go. So Funko's doing it again in November for the Thanksgiving Day parade. They got the Grogu balloon, which is part of the Star Wars line, which makes no sense. Hey, it's the balloon from last year. He will be the Grand Marshal at this year's parade again. Grogu. And it's in Macy's. So Macy's is going to have a special sticker for Macy's because Macy's they have owned the Toys R Us is now part of Macy's. A lot of Macy's stores.
Oh, that's right. Macy's. Yeah, they have a little corner inside their shop. So they're gonna have a whole sticker for it. Aren't all?
Yeah, well, they got a couple of I have 2 that came out last year. They were like special edition pops from Macy's and Thanksgiving.
You have to buy them at Macy's, or is it?
Well, you order them. They're from Macy's. I got them online.
Okay.
And they have the little sticker, Macy's, Funko, Macy's.
Okay, that's why they have the Macy's sticker because it's from Macy's. That's why I had a question. I'm like, they're just slapping Macy's stickers on there for no goddamn reason.
I know. Hey, listen, the stickers are the big thing on the pops.
I know you guys love your stickers.
It's crazy.
You slap a sticker on my comic book, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, what the hell is this, man?
All the stickers on the
shit off my book.
All the variants. So the next in line to the Sith line that's coming GameStop. Count Dooku. So I think this is the second to the last of the pop line. That's I think Darth Vader's the last one that's coming out. But yeah,
who were the ones before it?
Well, you had Maul, Palpatine. You had Savage Opress.
Oh.
You had him, Dooku, and Darth Vader.
Wow. That's a weird one. Opress is weird. Like, at least the other ones are Sith.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Yeah. But man, that's why he's in the middle. Break things up.
So, back in Star Wars Celebration, they were supposed to introduce the first.
We get our 3-liter Wampa.
Yeah, Wampa soda, and they didn't. They wound up canceling that, but now it's finally coming out. I don't know when, which show, or it's gonna be a common. I don't know. They just said that it's on its way, so
they should have Wampa soda. Canceled. Leave that canceled.
Maybe I'm gonna admit my own personal weakness or inferiority in physical attributes, but you ever try to one-hand a 3-liter? That shit.
I know.
You got a 2-hand a 3-liter.
No. So apparently I heard that these are pretty heavy too, because there's 2 other ones that came out. You have the Iron Giant and what's the other one? There was another one that just Beta 8 from Beta from Disney, the cartoon, the Beta, the big marshmallow the movie. It was
I don't know what you're talking. We said Beta. I'm like, Beta Ray Bill? Why the hell?
No, Beta.
Why did they make a giant Beta Ray Bill? He's normal.
Betamax, from the movie.
Baymax.
Baymax. There you go.
Okay, I can see. All right, that makes sense. He's a bit bigger.
Yeah, so that's the second one. This will be the third one, and apparently they're selling pretty good, man. Like I said, Funko had their investors call meeting, and they made a lot of money. International wise, just international, not even American. So just imagine with that connecting. So they made a huge profit last year, and so we're going to be seeing a lot of Funko Pop items and new stuff. And they got like 5 new licenses coming.
So this costs a lot of money to make a little goddamn bobblehead.
I know, but just the product itself is selling its own.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a little plastic bottle.
Just $1.20 sells for $20.
I know.
That has no real definition on the face. Like, hey, we got our 2 big dark circles for eyes.
Plus, if they spend an extra 2 cents on an extra sticker, they can then jack up the price another $20.
Exactly.
Yeah. So basically,
let's be real. Pops is the whole way they've made money and they figured it out is how can we get people to, instead of spending money on scratch off lottery tickets, have them buy fucking toys with bobbleheads. And this is what they came up with, and they're doing a great job of it. Like they really are. Selling to probably people who can't afford it.
Well, because here's the difference. Like with a scratch off, you don't win, you throw that shit away. They've got you now to want to keep the non-winners so you can make sets and get all of them because they pick products. It's like, well, you want all of them.
Like
you can't just have one golden girl. You need all of the golden girls.
Exactly. You get the people. They're people completionists. They want me, all the stickers, all the Boba Fett's, everything, all the Boba Fett's.
Oh yeah, they're preying on.
Yeah, no, they are. They're preying on that. I mean, like we've seen it before, though. This isn't new. This is
no, but they have like
5,000 times. This is the same thing as those little. What are the Beanie Babies? It's the same thing as the.
Mm-hmm. I'm very intrigued to see what the 5 new licenses that they did purchase that they're going to slowly trickle out in 2023.
Almost for younger people.
What's that?
Yeah, what could they possibly be?
Listen, they've been trying to get the Nintendo license. Which I don't know if Nintendo.
You're hoping it's Nintendo. Like it's gonna be the Fall Guy. And you're gonna be like, all right.
No, I don't know, man. All I know, if they get Nintendo,
the Fall Guy, the greatest American hero.
Yeah. There you go.
I know. Yeah, I'm giving them money already. That's free advice, Funko. You didn't make those already.
They now call Trulia and what's that, White Claw? All right.
So remember I showed you the snowmen for Christmas and that. So now they came out with the 5-pack, and of course I ordered it because.
Why having them individually wasn't enough. We need them all.
No, I haven't.
I can understand individually ordering the Boba Fett one because you're a huge Boba Fett fan.
Because Boba Fett's in the
why
pack.
did you order this?
No, the whole fact is that the Boba Fett that they have
we
black
see that Boba
this has
Fett's
brown arms. Wait, where is it?
But it's the same Boba Fett.
Hold on.
I went to the flea market yesterday, and there was like R2D2 and C3PO for like $2.99. These already were at the flea market for $3.
What, this?
And they couldn't sell them for $3.
This right here?
What?
Yeah.
This?
These two, yeah, I saw tons of these yesterday at the flea market for just R2D2.
Well, listen,
Can I be the one to remind everybody it's not even fucking Halloween yet? Let's lay off the goddamn Christmas stuff.
Well, they have New York Comic Con coming, and they have
It's like 90 degrees this week.
They have a night fright.
My son was in the pool today in Jersey.
Hey, I like it because of the novelty. It's different. You have Valentine's Day pops. You have Halloween pops.
It, bro.
But Boba Fett's in it. It's different. It's in a 5-pack. He's in it.
It's not different.
It's just not different. There's nothing different about it. Are you getting this one too?
Yeah, I got it pre-ordered already.
So you have the Boba Fett as an individual, and you have the 5-pack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it has Boba Fett.
That is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't get it.
That's how they get you.
Next, moving along.
Why would I have all these?
What are you gonna do when they make the 6-pack? Because I didn't see Yoda in that goddamn 5-pack. They're gonna sell another one.
No, so Yoda is so
ridiculous.
Yoda's a Funko Shop exclusive that's dropping. So it's gonna be limited. It's on the Funko Shop.
It looks like
This
a
might be the
demonic
scariest Funko
snowman.
Pop I've ever seen in my life.
They're for Christmas. They're
I understand that, but they're still ugly as sin.
I know.
Yeah, you can say it's for Christmas all you want. It still looks kind of creepy as shit.
When I put them around my Christmas tree and it's rocking, I don't want to hear anybody saying, "Oh, that's cool."
What's that?
I said, once it's around my Christmas tree, it's gonna be rocking. I don't want to hear people later on saying, "Oh, that's cool."
No,
yeah,
nobody's gonna see it down. No one. No one.
It looks like he's got two Olaf's noses on his head.
That is really scary. If I came over to your house for Christmas, I would be probably freaked out.
Come on.
Dude, he is Olaf.
Actually, out of all of them, this fucking one I kind of like because at least
look
I
at
can
those
scare
toenails, though. Look at those things.
This shit. Take out the eyes, put a couple of glow up eyes, and make them red. Put it on your Christmas tree. Have like the little Halloween. I got one of these Department.
You want red demon-eyed little Yoda glowing on your tree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You kids don't go to bed. That little Yoda demon's gonna come up there and eat your faces.
It's like the opposite of Elf on a Shelf.
It's
move around the house.
What do you think Christmas is about? They used to tell us all the time about.
Did you see that Love, Death, and Robots with the alien thing that was
the holiday?
Hold on. Stop. Tell them, Way Secret. Remember? I mean, there's some old Krampus. It's the Krampus.
Krampus, yeah, Krampus.
Yeah. Krampus. That's a legit ass thing they used to tell kids. You don't
used to boys and girls just get taken.
The Grimm story used to freak kids out too. We don't do that anymore.
I do. I'm not raising soft ass kids. We got all these
soft ass kids.
I'm not raising myself up.
Rat on your pop. Kaiser Soze is gonna get you.
Yeah. I'm not raising.
Isn't Elf on the Shelf basically the same thing? Is Elf on the Shelf just a snitch? Like
I want my kid to go to bed and sleep all night. Like I don't want them to get up 7 times because they have a crazy old.
Yeah, they better know if they come out that room. That Krampus.
I don't want to come up one morning waking up. Why the hell is our Elf on the Shelf shanked? Like,
they probably didn't make that many of these.
Get stitches. That's why
they probably didn't make that many of these because it's an exclusive. And
I already told them Elf on the Shelf came into the house. I accidentally stepped on the thing, so sorry, we don't get another one.
Hey, funny Elf on the Shelf story. My sister-in-law from my nephew. When they got Elf on the Shelf, she used to put it everywhere. One day it's on the floor and my nephew was coming out and I had to go and run and grab him and she had to take it in and put it back on top because he believes in Santa, So
when these are 99 cents, we should buy like 50 and send them all to Dom.
No, they're not going to be 99 cents.
House texture, is just this thing.
Hey, when you see that,
never. I'm buying 99 cents. In clearance, probably for $2, but 99 cents.
99 cents. These things are gonna be 99 cents.
Still keeping my $2.
Hey, I want the $2. Go ahead. What do we got here?
We got a couple of nice pieces that are coming out for some Lego shells.
There's a long list for you to go through, so you do.
Yeah, so we got Slave 1 Microfighter, which is like 85 pieces, like the $10 one, which is really cool. Then you have the 501 First
so it's
Battle
called
Pack.
Slave 1.
What?
It's called Slave 1.
No, I know Slave 1. Yeah,
huh?
I know.
He's saying it's surprising they call it Slave 1.
It's Slave
1.
No,
he's not. He's saying that Dom said they'll never call it Slave 1 again.
Dom said they're never going to use that name again. So I'm just pointing out.
No, I'm just saying that that's a typo right there. I guarantee. But anyway.
All right.
Just pointing it out.
All right, keep going. What else we got?
Mandalorian Season 3 pack. which is coming out, and then a TIE bomber, and then that's for the TIE bomber from Mandalorian season 3. You got Captain Rex helmet, which is pretty cool. You have Commander Cody Phase 1 helmet, and then the Death Star throne room, which is pretty cool, and then Endor speeder bike. You know what? Look, Lego people, Lego
collectors.
The
dioramas. I saw the dioramas online. The dioramas look interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the Lego people, the Lego collectors should be happy. You know, they love their Star Wars Lego
There's
pieces.
no picture of this because I like to see what that microfighter. I like some of their $9.99 stuff is really good stuff.
Yeah, I actually have the Mandalorian one, the $9.99 one. I bought it.
And by the way, I also saw it for our friend from TYTV93. If you guys aren't following him, he used to come on every once in a while to this show. He started up his channel again. He was at a flea market too, and they're starting to try to sell those like the battle pack. Remember the Mandalorian battle pack?
Yeah,
they're trying to sell those characters for like $7 or $5 a piece. Wow. I'm just like, I'm gonna mail him a.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing about Lego. You know what the crazy thing about Lego? When you go to the shows, they have people in full force selling the Legos, and they sell. There's lines. People are buying.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh yeah.
We're actually when we are at Motor City, we're turning a whole corner into Minecraft Legos. Like we're just doing all the retired Minecraft Legos because we were selling so many of them last time. We're just gonna do that. So. But yeah, battle packs is a great way to do it. It's $20 for. Well, they used to be like those Mando battle packs used to be $12.99. You could get them for if you did the one special. I think it was like $9.99. I think I bought like 50 of them. I was selling them originally for $25 online because they were running out all the time, and then after that, have a couple of the damaged ones left. But like for $5 a character, and there's 4 in there, that's a no-brainer. No-brainer.
That's funny. I was watching a Lego YouTube channel, and the guy found the best pin Boba Fett mixed in with. He bought for $900. He bought a bag full of Legos, and there was a best pin Boba Fett. That's a $2,000 piece.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
All right, next up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It's $2,000 for a little fucking Lego, dude.
I know. Hey,
I mean,
that is crazy.
Yeah. But it is. It's the prices that are out there.
Meanwhile, let me sell you these.
I would pay it too.
Of stapled paper for $2,000. Yeah, we spend money on crazy things.
All right, next.
All right, so Gentle Giant came out with a couple more pieces. So they came out with the Bo-Katan bust, which is actually pretty cool. You know, it's up for pre-order right now.
So they didn't want to give the full bust before they did the cutoff. They wanted to cut it off like mid-nip.
Mid-nip, yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
All right.
So this is pretty cool. You know, if you're collecting all the Mandalorians and all the stuff, you want to put your Boba Fett busts and stuff like that.
That's like putting creepy Yodas on your Christmas tree. Probably passing that.
You're the one who said you wanted to put the Yoda on your Christmas tree.
No, I want
it. With red eyes.
With red eyes.
Yeah. Double Yoda.
We were just talking about a weird little pop, and then you put it on the tree.
No, Don did. It's going to look cool. I said only if you do the double eyes.
Anyway,
let's go to the next. So 2 more mini busts. You have the Inquisitor, Obi-Wan.
That looks awful.
And then you have Padme from the Clone Wars cartoon, which is pretty cool.
Wait.
Terrible.
What's with the baby arm?
What?
How small is that left arm?
Yeah. What, the left arm? Which one?
Yeah, like look at it. Like
he doesn't have an elbow. There's no
make
elbow.
No sense.
There's no elbow. He just lost at the elbow.
Because it's just the way the picture is. His hand is up like this. It's just the picture.
You think it comes out? Doesn't look like it comes out that far.
No, his arm is like probably down like this. His arm is down, and he has.
All right.
Well, if his arm is down, it would reach mid thigh. Otherwise, he can't be by himself.
It's true.
That long. He can't reach his jump.
Go to Gentle Giant and you see it for yourself.
That arm looks really, really weird. It's like a third side.
I'm not crazy. Wait till season 2.
God, you're the one to play about how long the show runs.
I know.
An hour.
Look how bad it is, Marco. We can't help it. It's just so bad.
Yes, it's terrible. I've already said it. It's terrible.
All right, go to the next.
He's got the DMX face too.
Can't stab anybody with a high-hand lightsaber.
It looks pretty cool. And then last but not least, the jumbo-sized Star Wars Boba Fett.
Did you alter this picture?
It doesn't look right either.
Because it looks like Willow is playing Boba Fett in this picture.
No, because it's the big. I have one right there. It's the Boba Fett. It's a 12-inch.
It doesn't look that big.
Star Wars
It
figure.
looks pretty squat.
But I know because this is a picture. They can't have a tall thing.
No, what I'm saying is, did you stretch the picture at all? Like, it's possible that it's just formatting in the.
No, Boba Fett in this costume's fat. Did you not watch the show? He's fat and squat. Did you watch the show?
I did, but maybe the skirt hid the thighs would rub the shit out of each other while he's walking like this.
Oh, good lord!
Yeah, I have this pre-ordered already. So,
how much? How much?
$80. $80.
Wow!
You already ordered it?
How big is this thing?
It's 12 inches. 12 inches. Yeah, you know what I mean.
How wide?
I do.
I can show you the one.
Right, too.
It's the jumbo size Star Wars figure.
Okay, let's move along.
It doesn't look weird to anybody else. This has to. I'm telling you, the formatting of this has to be awesome.
Move along.
There's nowhere to move. That's the last one. That's why I'm lingering.
$8 on something that looks like okay.
That's what I'm saying. That was it.
I appreciate AOA's Dragon Ball Z reference.
I don't know what that means. But okay.
All right, we going to news?
Yeah, let's get into news. We haven't even got to news yet.
Well, you pushed it. It got bumped. It got treated like Matt Damon at the end of the Kimmel show. All right. Well,
that's Vader. Boba Fett has Boba Fett tax.
I'm sure LCL. I'm sure LCS. Dub. Go ahead. Let's go.
Well, JJ's here to do the week in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Did I plan that out?
Do some articles. I don't remember reading half of them.
I did read them, so I do remember.
I read them like on Friday, and now I forgot. Oh yeah. So Rogue Squadron apparently disappeared from the release calendar, which everybody's saying it's completely canceled. That doesn't necessarily mean it's canceled, but just means
I think it's just full. Because it was supposed to be next December, right?
Yeah.
No way they were making that.
No. Yeah. And there's too much stuff they already have done. They have to get out.
I think it's canceled though. I don't. Doesn't mean it's canceled, but I think this was done.
Yeah.
Does anybody give a shit?
If it is canceled, I'm not going to miss it.
Not one I gave. If you go back and watch, not one.
I mean, I'd rather have them cancel it now than like start like pre-production and then cancel.
Hold on. This is the question I have. After how well Maverick did, do you cancel fucking Top Gun in Star Wars, or do you go? That sounds like a good. I mean, Star Wars typically, if they're like, holy shit, you see how Top
Maverick with that great actor Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
you can't deny how well the video did. Look, man. You can't deny how well that I can't. I would be the one thing I am not is fake. I'd be a fake ass if I was like that movie didn't do well. It did well. Like the fact,
but you know, because of what about the plane.
Listen,
yeah, I don't know that necessarily compares. But.
You know, maybe they put it aside because maybe they have to rescript it, and when they saw Top Gun, maybe like, maybe we should do it.
No, they didn't say we should do another one. They said, nope, we're taking this off the books. We're just quietly removing it.
That's like
Nobody
would
pay attention.
That's like saying Behind Enemy Lines with Owen Wilson was going to be a huge hit because Top Gun, the original Top Gun, was a huge hit.
Yeah. No, they did. Yeah, but Star Wars typically does do stuff that reminisces other things. Hold on, they didn't. They just said it's off the calendar. They didn't say it's off the books. Pete.
Yeah.
They haven't completely canceled it.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
BK, I mean, you can add it. It's a release calendar that goes through 2023. You can literally add it back in 2024 with a stroke of a pen, 2 seconds. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
I'm not gonna miss it though. I'm sure all the people who spent like $50 on those Dark Horse Rogue Squadron books, you're like, oh, it's the first appearance of so and so. They got to be in this movie.
I think JJ won one that I gave away, and then I had to write him and go, oh, I thought this was a 9.8, and I think it's a 9.4. And gave it to him anyways. He said, I don't care. I said, come on my show then. Fair. All right, next up.
Andor reactions are in.
Yep. They're all saying it's pretty good. They're saying it doesn't feel like Star Wars, which, again, as the headline says, that's not necessarily bad.
Like a Blade Runner type of it, you know.
I mean, have you guys watched the 15 minutes that have been out already? Like the whole thing?
I have not. They pulled all the first 10 minutes things before I could see him. I didn't go watch.
No, I didn't want to see
him and the island with the kid thing. I thought was pretty good. The whole thing of him when the troopers are trying to blow up him and the dude that he meets with was good. The whole speeches in there. Everything's been good that I've seen so far. I don't know. I don't think you can compare it to any of that. It's like a good revolutionary, show. It's
a good story.
Yeah.
I actually think this shows exactly what Star Wars is. And it has.
They need to hit. They need a hit.
Well, they're not saying it's not. They're not saying it's not like. Well, I guess they kind of are saying it's not like Star Wars, but I think they're saying it kind of doesn't feel like a Star Wars show.
There's not.
The fact that and it's not supposed to. Like, I think that's why they did this differently. That's why they didn't use stagecraft and they didn't.
There you go. I get it.
I mean, they wanted it to be different.
I'm looking forward to it, and I didn't watch the first 10 minutes because I didn't want. Like, I already want to see it. I didn't want that little bit.
I did that.
When I just stepped away for a minute, I could smell my wife made popcorn, and then she offered me you want a little bit before you go back in? I'm like, no, because if I have just that tiny bit now, I'm going to be sitting here the entire show thinking about popcorn the rest of the way because I can't have any more. So I'm just going to wait until we're done. When the show comes out, I'll enjoy it then.
The thing on Disney Plus, I think, is another 6 minutes that they showed. Part of that was in the 10 minutes.
In the 10?
Yeah. The Disney Plus thing is 10 minutes too. It's just a little different. 10 minutes.
It's a different 10 minutes. Is it 10 minutes? It didn't seem like 10 minutes.
Exactly 10
minutes. Either one seemed like 10 minutes. Like the kid thing didn't, like the other thing didn't. And I'm not going to say anything.
It doesn't matter. I can wait. It's 2 more days away, 3 days away.
I'm just
we're getting 3 fucking hours. I think if you watch 20 minutes out of, and actually technically, because it's how many is it 12 episodes? So we're supposed to get roughly 10 hours probably out of it. I mean, 10 minutes out of 12 hours doesn't seem like I'm rude.
Did you see the interview this week though, where they said Diego's the one that made it not 5 seasons but 2 seasons because he's like, I can't do 5 seasons. So one of the cast said that it was supposed to be 5 seasons, but Diego's like, no, I don't want to do 5 seasons. So that's why they
already got done. By the way, the difference, the transition in Diego, where you see him in different it's good and he's fucking believable. The one thing I'll say about this is these people here know behind the scenes that I'm like huge into history, like love history. Like that's the videos I watch on YouTube most of the time is history based ones. This is it's good. I'm not going to say anything. It's so far, I'm very happy with the series and I know JJ is going to find a way to crush it. And I'm still going to say, I don't care because I love it.
Why is he going to crush it?
Because whatever I ever say, JJ says the opposite of. So if I say I love it, he's going to crush it.
Talk nonsense, does he say the opposite?
No, not true.
I don't think either of you like Book of Boba Fett. You were on the same page on that one.
Actually, Marco was a little enthused by the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, no, I was giving it a chance. I was actually giving it a chance through the first 3 episodes.
I was disliking it from the start.
Yes.
Yeah, you hated the whole thing.
Yeah, believe it or not, I give them usually from the get go.
Damn dances with tuxes.
All we needed was Goodfellas.
The wife had never seen it. I figured that D+ was the same.
Well, we're moving on from Andor.
The next movie won't be released in theaters until 2025.
2025.
That's all right. That's okay. That's it within the realm of years that a couple weeks ago I said that I wouldn't mind it happening.
So 2025, I'll be 55.
Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty time.
I'll be 57 in 2027, and I'll be 60 years old when the next fucking movie comes out.
Hey Dom.
That's okay.
Hey Dom, you know what's cool? Nobody that sees this movie as their first Star Wars movie is going to be able to say, you know what? I remember seeing Empire or Jedi in the movie theaters. So I don't.
I don't buy these dates. I know they're on the the schedule, but if these dates were set, they would have said something at D23. Like the fact that they didn't say anything at D23 and then they put them on the schedule.
What year is it? 2-2.
What?
Well, they didn't say anything about
Ezra Bridger. They would say something about movie if they had any idea.
No, they released Ezra Bridger shit early though, Dom. Disney,
but it's like all these little leaks come out. Look, to be honest,
not all.
Don't shit on the leaks, and then meanwhile you're championing the
let's be clear, this isn't a leak. This is more like a press release. Like this is Disney's release schedule. Like it's not like somebody came out and guessed that 2025 would be the name. But
they have a date in December, and they have it penciled in, right? Because Avatar's on 2024 and 26, so they're hoping.
You got something in the middle. Star Wars makes sense, and if they come up with something else in the meantime and can't get it done, they'll do that.
But these dates are just placeholders.
The way the industry works, they're all tentative dates.
Yeah.
I mean, none of these things are going to be close to exact. It's like trying to forecast the weather 21 days ahead of time.
Yeah, well,
it's seriously, by the time you get to that 21st day, it's not going to be accurate. So,
it depends. I mean,
This is a good question.
they used to be pretty accurate. They used to maintain to these dates. I mean, that's why we got the Rise of Skywalker that we got, because they had to maintain that fucking date. It's changed a little bit since everybody said, "Hey, you know what? There might be a time when we all gotta go stay home and we can't go anywhere." Like,
but they're not doing it again because of the Solo debacle. They're not.
Most of the news on this was that it's such a long way. Like, is it really? It's if it makes it in 2025, if that is the true date, it's 9 years. That's not that long.
No,
I mean, look at the length of time you have between Return of the Jedi and Phantom Menace.
By the way, they would have to already have a decent portion of the script written by now, because they would have to start casting sooner. I mean, this isn't a fucking TV show, right?
No. Well, you just said TV show. That's what I was also going to say. Let's not forget, in the meantime, while we're waiting for this, we're going to have like 4 different fucking TV shows that all lay out between now and then.
Basically, to me, like which I'm not thinking is going to happen, but like the Takiti movie or whatever that they said is coming next, that would be the only possible movie that could possibly come out in 25 to me, unless And so I know they want that movie to happen, and they want that to be the next movie.
I think one movie's coming out. That's it. One movie's coming out, and if it comes out 2025,
by the way, I don't care if it's one more movie. I just hope we don't get the fucking sequels. Just make a good movie. I don't give a shit if it's 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 10 years from now.
Well,
I don't care.
Whose movie do you want? Do you want?
I'm dying. I just don't want
Waititi's movie. Do you want Ryan Johnson's movies? Do you want Kevin Feige's movies?
Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Like, just do not want that last movie.
You want Roach? What movie are we gonna get?
Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. I just don't want that last movie. I'll take Ryan Johnson all day long. Hey, I'll take Ryan Johnson all day long.
You're like one of 5 people that enjoyed The Last Jedi. I watched that like last week. That movie was so terrible.
Why did you do that to yourself, JJ? What was wrong with you on that day that you're like, I'm going to torture myself by watching this movie?
I mean, I just like the last one. I don't watch it again. Like, what? Why would you do that? I don't like the
on TV, and I was bored.
Yeah. There's no amount of boredom that would get me to watch that again. I'm sorry.
Well, on Tuesday in Chasing Ghosts, you can see all of the Last Jedi variants because I talk about them in a Star Wars special episode.
All right,
well, that's
some of them worth money.
The upcoming comic covers to celebrate Attack of the Clones is like, oh yeah, let's celebrate the anniversary of that movie.
They're worth money on whatnot when somebody pumps them up because they're so-called ghosts, which they are ghosts, but
they are tough to find. I did do it. I'm not joking. I actually do talk about those books.
They are really tough to find. That's right.
That said.
Okay.
Go ahead,
clips. So basically, this was just them trying to soothe the savage beast, so to speak, in that saying that, oh, well, just because Quantic Dream collapsed pretty much and dropped the ball and, we're giving it to somebody else, it's still going to keep those fundamentals. Even though it's an action adventure, it's going to be just like those other Quantic Dream games.
Yeah,
I don't believe this one bit. Like, I think it'll be significantly different, even if it's got Quantic Dream's framework on it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not. NetEase is not going to do a game like that.
No. I just hope it's good. I really don't care. Like, it can be. It doesn't have to have that cinematic storytelling of, other Quantic Dream games. Like, just make a good game.
Please. That's what I just said about movies, and you criticize that. No, make good shit. Make good shit. Make good shit.
Speaking of which, how about we get some virtual reality good shit?
Yeah, this seemed unnecessary. So for the 5 people that wanted to play this and didn't get a chance to out there in the world, you can now get the enhanced edition.
Well, it reminds me of the special edition Star Wars movies. There you go.
Yeah. I didn't even bother to read up on what the enhanced edition differences are, but they may have. It is going to be on PlayStation VR, which is where, so that may have been, had some PlayStation 5 updates. But I don't know.
Marco, look, this guy is twice as good as that figure you got twice for Christmas, and then your brother
got a dirty T-shirt underneath. You got suspenders too.
If anybody's ever played it as a VR game, it's not bad. But
I don't have a PlayStation to play VR, so
yeah, no, it's not bad.
Oh, we did. We actually had a 30-minute comic section in the front end. Sorry about that, Hyde.
Yeah. That was a long stretch. All right. Well, enough of the VR, I guess. Gaming. Let's get some casting announcements.
I was reaching a little bit for news this week. It was thin.
Well, this is a casting announcement. This.
Yeah. No, I mean for the VR thing.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
I don't want to make just casting, but yeah. So this is interesting because now somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but Leslie Headland or whatever her name is did Russian Doll. Was that right? Is that what the show she did?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yes. I think, and she's doing
Jen, real quickly.
That's right.
Jen.
Right? So,
yeah.
So yeah, she brought on an actor from Russian Doll.
Yeah.
In supporting role, I don't know. Nothing I saw confirmed what role he was in. But
what did Jen tell you?
She told me this is great. She told me this guy was great. And
I heard Russian Doll is good.
I haven't watched Russian Doll, but yeah, it got high marks
my
from
wife
just about
watched
everyone.
the second season too. It's really good.
Yeah, and she told me, she's like, "How didn't you watch?" I go, "Seriously, I wasn't gonna watch the Russian Dolls. Are you kidding me?"
I don't have the time.
The one thing that bothers me about that TV show, the girl smokes like a chimney in that damn thing. Always got a cigarette in her mouth.
Are you an ex-smoker, Tom, or no?
What?
Are you an ex-smoker?
Nope.
I am.
My mom passed away.
That's one thing that kills me with the Peaky Blinders. That's the one thing that kills me with the Peaky Blinders all the time.
Have you ever been to Europe?
Yeah.
No.
That's just how Europe is, though. Still, like I go to Europe.
In Asia. You see in Asia?
Yeah.
What I still don't understand is what.
No, I can deal with it in real life now, Wayseeker, like, because it kind of doesn't make me, like, I don't like.
I just can't stand the cigarette smoke. People who smoke cigarettes are the most disrespectful people. I'm sorry. They smoke it. They blow it in your face. They throw the cigarette butts on the floor. They don't care.
Like New Yorkers.
Oh my God, disgusting.
New Yorkers are literally
They're the most disrespectful people in the world, man. Those smokers, man.
More disrespectful than
I love Europe.
New Yorkers. Not true. Yeah. New Yorkers and Bostonites are the most people from Australia too. Most disrespectful people in the world.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you one thing. It's funny. Like I don't understand. Like when people from Asia who smoke, they take it so deep in, they blow it out, and the smoke just continues to go. One puff, they smoke like this. It's like a cloud of smoke.
That's like what smoke is, Dom.
I know, but
loud.
It's nasty, disgusting, and I wish they would destroy it.
Agreed. Well, we just lost all our viewers that happen to be smokers. Then.
Fuck that! I missed it. Every
like all our members are all going, "Hey, pass the heater."
I don't look. Weed is one thing.
No, he's talking about heaters right now, dude.
But the fact is that they smoke. But the cigarette smokers, I can't stand people who have it on their clothes and it rains. You know when you have somebody next to you on the train that smells like a wet smoke, a cigarette. It's like the rain is on there. They soak to the
What's the difference? You want to sit next to somebody who smells like you've been smoking weed all day?
I hate that too. I hate that too. But I understand if you do it in your house. No, if you do it in your house, you do it in your house, not outside in public.
I don't mind. I just hate when I buy comic books and they smell like either. That's the word.
Yeah. That's one thing I help.
Oh, I shouldn't have it around comic books. It's just like you shouldn't eat around it. And you shouldn't have animals around.
Why the fuck are we talking about smoking when the story?
I don't know how we got off of it.
From Russian Doll.
It's a light week on news. We gotta make do.
It's not that light. We got Manny.
Manny just said too. Also joins the Acolyte.
From the good place.
Clearly they're stepping out of the stages of pre-production and they're probably ready to start filming soon.
The biggest Jacksonville Jaguars fan in the world.
Chances are the cast is pretty set at this point. Like if you're hearing these minor casting announcements, they're probably pretty set to go. I would imagine soon.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I have a hard time picturing him in the Acolyte though. This is going to be a stretch.
Well, it's because he did a good job playing a goof.
Sure, he did.
But you never know.
It's a challenge.
The way I always look at Star Wars is like people just want to join it and be in it. I mean, you had what's his name, Han from freaking Fast and the Furious and Obi-Wan.
Hey, if you notice,
that's a pretty minor role, really.
Look at the trend. We're going to probably have the first really Star Wars show with minorities.
Oh yeah, Lopez is this one played yes.
If you think about it, the people that they hired already, the 5 people they have, 2 women of color, and
no, it's
2 Asian and one male.
Yep. No,
so
you're right. You're right, Dom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is really cool.
Point.
No, I'm just saying it's really cool. But I'm just saying
that. Don't notice. I wasn't counting. I wasn't putting everybody in.
No, it's something. It's important. It's important because it's something that you'll probably get your people in your that troll it and hate it and this and that. But I think it's
nobody ever once come to me and said any shit like that. But I will tell you this: It'll be more important when we stop making a big deal out of it. When it's just normality.
No, I'm just saying. I know.
Going forward, these are all clearly new characters. Well,
technically, the book
we don't really know.
The book of Fett had an Aussie. It had Fennec Shan as a lead. Those were 2 leads that were. And who is Black Hay in Black Hay?
Yeah, he's He's active. He's a man of color. So he's definitely. So, but this underneath the costume, I'm talking about just the actors that are.
Stop trolling. As I light up on Marlboro.
Yeah, I kind of
Marlboro Light.
Oh.
Yeah, I just thought this was interesting. She's got a new Star Wars initiative out with. Is it a series of? I couldn't quite tell if it was like a series of videos or a book. Or
I was gonna say
it's a videos. I think it's like a cooking show almost.
But I also mentioned something like a cookbook involved and other stuff. I don't know, but which I thought she already had a cookbook. But.
Dude, can I call Lopez out real quickly? Yeah, Lopez is the same guy that screamed at us about the difference between Aztecs and Mayans. Yeah, Lopez, you can't do that. You can't sit there and fucking go, well, I'm a fucking Mayan and I'll tell you because the history is Aztecs and then pull this statement out of there. Okay, bud? Okay. Go ahead, finish up.
Anyways, continuing on. So I always like to highlight Ashley Eckstein. She does a great amount of things for Star Wars fandom. She really does. So
I kind of thought it was like she was going to be cooking. Like it's going to be like short making recipes of Star Wars stuff.
It sounds like it almost sounds like a Rachel Ray type show or something. I don't know. But yeah, like a lifestyle show, maybe.
We also just quickly clarified the difference between ethnicity and nationality.
It also, the thing I read also said crafts and stuff. So
I hear what you're saying, but you still can't do either one. You can't sit there and do that. Hey, Joe. Joe was around since World War II. He used to smoke Lucky Strikes.
I used to smoke Camels. Does that make me Egyptian or something?
My uncle smoked Camels.
Lucky Strikes? You know how old Lucky Strikes are?
I used to smoke Lucky Strikes back in
the fuck?
Holy Strikes have been around.
I never smoked much, but
you never had
smoked 5 packs of Marlboros a day.
Raise your hand if you used to smoke
True Romance. Moved on to news stories until cycle back to the same.
Okay, go up. Ashley Eckstein next.
No,
go ahead.
Chesterfields. No one else.
I already did it.
Oh, next. Pete.
All right, give me a second. I got to click a different window. I was reading the chat.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The genius of generation thinks that the world. Apparently, he's a big Star Wars fan and thinks that the world will eventually be like Star Wars.
You can't believe anything that comes out of this guy's mouth.
No, he actually is a big Star Wars fan.
He supposedly is a big Star Wars fan. I
feel that as a slight against me as a Star Wars fan that he is a Star Wars fan.
But yeah, in the interview, he talked about like how when he was a kid, he was a big Star Wars fan, and apparently the future is going to be like Star Wars. So.
No disrespect. As you go and take your award, I'm going to take the award from your hand and talk about somebody else.
Yeah.
JJ, I couldn't read this one. I just couldn't read this one. How is the future going to be like Star Wars? Like, what does that mean?
It made no sense.
Coolest shit ever. It's.
Well, you see, what's going to happen is that the Empire is
going to have planets being blown up, or like Death Stars, or like what's going on here?
What happened was I told Adidas I wasn't going to give you a design for my shoe, but we already had a date, so they released the shoe anyways. But let's boycott them. This guy is a lunatic. He's just a lunatic. And what is he wearing? Is that a deflated Missy?
Like a leather wetsuit.
Clearly, what he wears is a futuristic space shirt.
Yeah, it's a stormtrooper suit from the future.
Rubber. You took it in.
I don't know. I tried to, like I said, I was reaching for news this week, so I tried to include something fun, and this popped up. I thought it was kind of.
You should have rumor news.
The chat. I don't think anybody wants Kanye.
That was the week in Star Wars.
Oh, Jesus.
That was a terrible week in Star Wars. That's rough.
Hey, there's 52 of them. They all can't be gold.
Yeah, this was not. Yeah. This was a great one. It was good that we
D23 and Andor. They got nothing to do.
We dropped 20 minutes on 2 articles.
Like, pretty much. This week was terrible for news, but yeah.
All right, it was pretty bad. What do we have next?
We either have cards or we have Wayseekers. The comic
Wayseekers thing. We'll do another comic thing now because we did some news. Let's go back to comics. Let's have Wayseekers market report and let's judge him. Make sure you judge him thoroughly.
Judge him.
Judge me.
Boo this man.
Boo.
No, I didn't say boom.
Oh,
I know.
We're going to talk about keys that are in. If these
Nobody
aren't
ever says judge this and wants to be positive.
Yeah,
about it.
like positive. Yeah.
give it a grade. What are you
Judge
talking
isn't a
about?
positive
Judge
word.
it.
You know, just to make it all flowy, I'm gonna. Boop, we're all starry.
Nice.
Okay. So we're going to do 10. Well, okay. We're going to change. This is my fault because he actually asked me to go through there. We're going to change around how it says 10. We're going to have a nice graphic next time. But this is 10 Star Wars keys. I do like how you have this set up.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Let's go. What's the first slide?
All right. So we got some guidelines here.
Guidelines.
All right. So
What?
what we're doing here is we're setting the 10 keys, and the 10 keys aren't changing, right?
Yes. 10 keys aren't changing.
We're going to do this every 3 months. We're going to take a look at these 10 keys and how they're performing over that last 3-month period. So we're only looking at CGC 9.8 sales on eBay, right? Not going through everything, not going through Heritage. We're not doing any variants for them. We're not doing anything other than first printing. So like Afra, we're not doing second printings, third printings, fourth printings, all that stuff. No. We're not doing newsstands post 1990. That was just a judgment call where the older books, newsstands are everywhere. So
Yeah.
I'm not splitting that up.
Nope.
But after 1990, newsstands get a little bit more rare and the prices kind of go crazy. So we're
But we're still not covering this.
we're looking at newsstands in there with them. And later books, we're not. And so we have 10 books here, and we'll just track them like how they're doing every quarter.
You know what we should have? We should do during this segment too. I want to add in a no whammy section where you get 3 whammies. If you say something like second print or variant, you get a whammy and then you get muted for 5 minutes on this.
What do you mean?
Chat. We'll see. You'll see. Okay, let's go.
Well, yeah. Here we go.
You might not agree
Well
with the
said.
keys. You might not argue in them, but these I feel like are good representations of trying to get the health of the market overall. And so the first key here, there's a couple moderns. Darth Vader 3, 2015. This is, as we said, people are talking about Afra. First Afra here, right? Over the last quarter, this book is down, right? And I think it's down a healthy amount, right?
Really? It seems like pretty.
It was like 500 at like the beginning of the year after, and it's trending down, and you could see that in the range. The range though is pretty tight.
But this is a good range still. Is this book not Saga 1, right? Like it doesn't matter if this character never gets made or any of the other characters.
I just love that cover. That cover is so nice, so
Well,
badass.
I know what Mark. I know what you're saying. Like it won't ever be worth nothing because the character never gets made. But at the same time, the second the character is cast, the price will quadruple.
If it happens. But what I'm saying is,
I don't know if it will. I actually don't know if I agree with that.
This is what I'm asking.
Easy. People are waiting. Yeah. They've been waiting for so long. I'm not saying it'll be right.
But look how many 9.8s are on census. I think the second it gets cast, there's going to be like 800 that go up to eBay, like immediately. That's my problem. Is like so many people are just like hoarding Afro right now, expecting it to come.
And I still got like 10 more that I haven't even submitted yet for 9.8 that are.
It's even then though. I think it's like supply meets demand. Even if you have 800 that hit eBay, you have 1,000 buyers. They're already gone.
Maybe.
Yeah. And there's still 200 people left out in the cold going, "What the fuck?"
When we look,
hold on.
When we look at these slides. You're going to look at how many 9.8s on census there are. This is the only one that's over 1,000 for the keys. This one has so many 9.8s compared to all the other Star Wars keys, and that's my worry about the long term, like what happens in that moment. I do think it will go up, but I don't know if it will go up as much as people think.
But this is the thing that I'm saying. If this even, because some of these, I think all these probably have characters that are, but this character never, like as much as there's rumors, it's never rumor of like, oh, they're going to cast her, she's going to actually come to live action or anything like that, or even the cartoons. The basis of the character, though, there is a enormous fan base of this character that even if it doesn't go, like I think this book has sat around in that 250, 225 to 325 range for before the pandemic. Like it has sat around in this range forever.
Actually, it went up in the pandemic. It went up in the pandemic.
It did, and then it went up.
Right. So it's 225. Obviously,
not
the range
everything did.
it went up. But my point is, it went up, but it's still in like between that $200 and $300 range, like, or 400 now. What it is, like, I'm saying, it just sits there, kind of like Saga sits there all the time.
Well, let me posit this question
stable
to you then. The fact that this book does have those things that you put whammies on, the fact that there are multiple printings as well as an incentive variant, does that take a little bit of luster off of this book?
Right.
I'm saying, like, if the book,
his example has all that though. Saga 1 has all that.
Yeah, Saga 1 has all that. Like, Saga 1 has all. That's what I'm saying. Is this the Saga 1 of Star Wars? It doesn't matter if she's ever there. It doesn't matter if murder droids ever show up. None of it matters because it's literally the Saga 1 of Star Wars.
I know, but
I think to play devil's advocate though, to Wayseeker's point, that's what makes it not the Saga 1. I mean, there's so many more of these probably than there are Saga 1s out there.
The 9/8s, there's a shit ton of 9/8s inside.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I was wondering. I was just
general.
curious. Your thought, like, would this be more of it like an X-23 where there are no variants? You know what I mean? Like, it's just really the one. Yes, there's a reprint. There's the Marvel must-haves. What, you know what I'm saying? But
right,
that they did waste.
If it was just, NYX3, would this be a 2K book based off the character?
Well, NYX3 showed up. What I'm saying is, like, Saga's never shown. Saga's the basis of why Saga is expensive is not because Brian said before, this is never getting made. It's actually the popularity of the book, right? The popularity of the characters in the book too, and that's the same with her in the Detroit. Very popular characters. They were popular characters before clickbait websites said.
I see what you're saying. There's still more Vader 3s than there are Saga 1s.
And I think to Pete's point, these are only 9.8s of the first printing, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
There's other 9.8s for all the other printings and the 1 in 25.
Fair enough. Well, you know what? I actually think she's on the not on the shelf, but I think they have her ready to go eventually in live action. But no, I'm just saying. But I don't know why they're holding out.
Well, so
wait.
I don't want to pull. I hate to be that guy that pulls precedent.
Wait, I gotta do it.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. But no, seriously, what if it? I do find it curious. What if she turns out like Valance, like a character that showed up in comics and has never left comics for 40 years?
Right, she could be, but at least they're keeping her storylines pretty good.
Right.
You know,
I'm not saying they aren't. I'm just saying, that's
fair.
It's a possibility.
Fair. It is a possibility. But even with that, that's what I'm saying, JJ. Even with that happening, I don't see this book dropping behind. In a 9.8, I don't see it dropping behind that 225 level.
I think you're right.
Once the book gets up to this level of notoriety, like you said, I agree with you. It's not going to drop.
Yeah,
significantly at least.
Yeah.
It's not agree. This is never going to be down to $100 9.8 or anything like that.
There was Valance had there was an arc that he pretty much had a whole arc in the Star Wars run first.
I will say I'm not bullish on this book in the short term.
No. It's kind of hard to be because there are those other options. That's what makes things rough.
Next,
that's good. Besides that, Dom says this character is definitely kind of probably just saying it's somewhere. Okay, next up.
In the plan.
Next up is Jedi versus Sith #1, which is the first appearance of Darth Vader in comics. As you can see here, this one is not a hot book by any means. It had one total sale in the last 3 months and a 9.8 at $375. But if you look at how many 9.8s are on Census, it's only 145.
Really?
This is not an easy book to get in a 9.8. There are not that many out there for a major Star Wars character that some people like me and Marco think better than Revan. So prices.
I gotta look at mine. I gotta see if I got 9.8s. I got a couple.
Not outrageous price and a very low number on Census.
I think that's what Pete just said. I think is the issue with this one. I think nobody's graded it yet.
What's that?
I think you're going to see a ton hit the Census if Darth Vader ever becomes a thing.
Well, he is getting a cover.
That's true. If he becomes a thing, but it still takes quite a while when he becomes a thing to where they can all come back on the market. So that's the really interesting thing about this book compared to Afra There's just not going to be a ton of them on the market if he ever does become a thing.
It'll be a trickle-down effect. It'll be Lopez's wet dream that Plagueis will show up, and then he'll talk about Rule of Two and reference where the Rule of Two came from, and then...
Well, I mean, here's the thing with it. This book, even when it actually came out of a certain director saying, well, that character that showed up on Clone Wars, that Darth Bane, is somebody really we're looking to explore. This book didn't see any great. I mean, yeah, sure, the COVID stuff did better for this book than this fucking book did when that would happen. When they said we're actually thinking about
nobody collected Star Wars comics.
Right, collected.
You didn't call comic collectors dabbling in Star Wars.
They literally, as Dom said, I think they have it on the shelf somewhere, and they just don't understand why it hasn't come up. Was it on the shelf or whatever he said? But this is a character they actually do have on the shelf, unlike Plagueis. And for nobody to be buying it, like, yeah, $375 seems pretty cheap. Are we going to have a ton of 9/8? No, because as JJ said, I've submitted a bunch of these books. A bunch. It's hard. These books have been fucked up because, first off, Jedi vs. Sith is a very jacked up storyline in the first place. It really is. I mean, you've got pirate spaceships that haul Jedis around.
Jacked up, he means bad.
Yeah, bad. You got cans going up everywhere. You got unicorn or no man. What is the thing called when you're half horse, half human?
Centaur.
Yeah, Centaur Jedis, like the craziest shit. Oh, by the way, all the Sith heads blow up at one point. Like, there's some crazy shit.
Scatters.
Yeah.
Well, also speaking of jacked up, I found 2 of these, and both of them that I found weren't bagged and boarded when I found them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and nobody, I mean, because of the blue car, yeah, I mean, it's not like a book that was taken care of. So I don't think it's going to be high on the 9/8, but I do think that at one point people are going to dig deep enough to get content, and they're going to find that, and they're going to reuse it, and this book's going to see a little bit of a hike from
Well, you know what else makes a bump for comic books too? If they come out with a toy. If they come out with a toy and people are interested in the toy, they want to know about the character. Like when they came out with the Arena Boba Fett from Sideshow, people didn't know that he had the black armor in the comic. They didn't know the comic existed. They went back to the comics and started buying the comics, made a little bump for the comics. But toys too help a comic as well too. Sometimes
at this point,
but Bane's getting a cover. We just went over it in the comic board.
Yeah, he's getting a cover.
He's getting a cover soon.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was he's getting a cover, but are people going to identify that? I think part of the recognition between this book and the last book is Afra's simple recognition and the fact that she's had an ongoing series since 2015. Well, I guess a brief pause here or there, but pretty much since 2015.
Yeah, for the most part.
Series.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think that's, it's almost like an election, a popularity election or something. Like, I mean, I think she's going to be always the more popular character than Darth Bane is.
And I actually think
despite importance to lore and everything else, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying in the general public.
Because Dr. Afra brought a lot more.
This is the other thing I'd like to say real quickly about this book. I say it's $375. As I said about Afra sticking to that certain line with at least the floor, I'm not quite sure this isn't. If we don't hear anything about Bane in a year or 2 years, this book will slowly start to creep down from that point. It just will. That's how it happens.
Oh, and I think if these things ever come on auction, you can probably sneak one for cheap because nobody's looking for it. Like I could think you could see.
Didn't we say
$200 sale?
Was it one of these that I did that 9.6 on?
It was a 9.6. Yeah.
With a newsstand or something.
For like 400 something.
But to be fair, it is also technically villain spec. Like, I mean, the
villain spec's bad guys. No. Villain spec's different in Star Wars. If it's a Sith,
I know. You always like to say it is.
It is actually different. Comic books, Star Wars books, the villains are more popular than the villains in Marvel books.
It's true, but I also think that at certain there's a saturation. I agree with Pete in that there's a little bit of a saturation point in that, like, so many Darth first appearances, like they can't all be.
Yeah, they all.
No. There's definitely you're right. There's a hierarchy, but there's a hierarchy in Jedi's too. Yeah. Like Mundo, like the guy that's got the sweat.
It wasn't just Jedi's. It's just to what JJ was saying. Like Afra is not going to dip because she's been consistently coming out. She's been consistently pushed.
I agree.
So.
I agree. This one, I think you might.
Where this, I agree with Wayfair. This one you can sneak every once in a while if you keep an eye on it. You should.
Yeah, this will have more of a. That's all I'm saying. It'll have more of a little bit of a roller coaster ride, just like all of the villains. Like they're gonna.
The segment graphics are not pleasing to my eyes. Well, if it was anybody but you, I'd say we'll do something about it. But fuck off. All right, next up.
Oh, you leave AOA alone.
If he's gonna troll us, I'm gonna troll him too.
All right, let's go to the next book. We've been spending a lot of time here.
All right, next up, we got Mace Windu. This is first Asajj Ventress. As you can see here, average price is just about $427. There's 8 sales, 9.8. 201 of these on Census, and the range is right there between 365 and 539, which is down for the range. I mean these are during peak COVID, were 600 to 800 consistently.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think up to 1,000 as well too, at one time.
Yeah. So this one,
I think we're seeing some of the pump not being able to pump anymore. In this book, I think still in that range is a little bit overpriced, to be honest.
Also, too, it's just like the first point we brought. They've done nothing with the character, right?
Oh, there's not much
of major interest in the past about year and a half or 2 years, right? So why would it go up?
As much as I like Ventress, it's still
First off, if we don't like, I mean, look, I love Ventress, but let's be honest. If we were going to have something, we would have gotten something by now.
Well,
right?
actually, you know what?
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you, Marco. I think they saved Ventress. I mean, Ventress goes in every book. Like she just came into that Obi-Wan book. It's just a different populace that where they pump Ventress. Ventress in novels is like once or twice a year, but not in comics and not in TV.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
No.
You know, okay, you see the Tales of the Jedi, right? That's coming out. The stories about Dooku. So Dave Filoni's going to go back and start finishing the panels from Clone Wars that he had, like the story arcs. So that means we might get the Ventress story arc with,
your AOA.
The Dark Disciple, or we might get the, all the storylines, the Siege of Mandalore, like the real, like the Son of Dathomir. That storyline.
I don't. So because he's doing Tales of the Jedi, you think he's going to finish Clone Wars story?
I don't know. I think he's going to finish off the arcs that he didn't finish.
He did finish it. It ended. Like literally, they canceled it and they brought it back so he could finish it.
I know, but there's still a lot of stories that he didn't tell.
I think he'll keep telling stories. I don't know if he'll tell. I think he'll tell new stories. I don't know if he's going to finish stories.
Yeah. Darth, it is not dead. Just because you overpaid for some Tag and Beak books and you can't sell them doesn't mean.
I mean, the comic market right now is weak. Star Wars market is weak.
All collectibles.
Yeah, it's just some books are still doing decent. You know what I mean? It just depends on where you bought in. If you bought in late, if you bought in during the pandemic, yeah, you're getting your ass kicked right now. But if you didn't, or you bought bad stuff, whatever.
I'll be interested to see what the floor is on this book. I have no idea.
I think the floor on this book is $150.
You think so at 9.8?
No, 9.8.
I don't think so.
It goes down that far.
I think the floor on this book is about the bottom. I think the floor on this book is about the bottom of the range it's at right now. I think it's about 300 to 350.
Oh no, I think it's well lower than that. I bet you within a year.
Of a character.
Why?
Because Ventress, although we love Ventress on this, like it without.
No. It's not about what we like. Ours in this panel, like a lot of people love Ventress. Like basically said, that's why they keep bringing her back in things.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you.
I think it goes beyond, but it goes beyond just our personal love and even the fandom's love or affinity towards Ventress. I think this is like one of those books where the market won't let it go that far down because people won't sell it for less than they paid. Because I think a lot of people were selling overpaid, and there's no way they'll take that low.
You think that's true, except for guess who's going to start knocking on people's door in April? The tax man.
If this thing's 130, I'm going to have 201 of 201 on this thing because I like Ventress that much. So
yeah,
it's not going to. I don't think it'll go that low.
I can go that low, Marco. You guys, I won't let it go that low.
For 1 minute, when that tax man starts coming, these books aren't just dropping. These ones that got like the cover on this book, it's got Ventress in it.
What 1 year of a tax man?
That's basically his point, though. Somebody's going to be a buyer before it gets that low.
I agree.
Yeah, somebody's going to buy it at 200, buy it at 250, or buy it at 300.
I don't know where that floor is going to be.
Once you start getting that slide, and once people have to start going and sending it to auction, and all of a sudden somebody gets a sneak sale on it, that's how the market works, dude. That's how these books.
One sneak sale does not lower.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's plenty of sneak snails that slip through the cracks, but I don't see this book dropping below like 250. I don't think it's going to drop. Don't think the market.
I agree. I think 250 is the minimum floor. I would be surprised if it goes anything below that. Well, let's see. It'll be something that'll be fascinating to track for these keys. Want to keep moving?
Yeah, keep moving.
Yeah, let's keep rolling.
Now the next one's going to be.
Well, no, but at one moment.
Now we're going to have to fight.
And then now
the next one, I know people don't like it.
The other one.
But this is the one that's worth more money. So this is why I put it on there. I put it on the keys because it gets more higher price at a 9.8. Whether that's right or whether that's wrong, whether you collect it, whether you want it to be first appearance, I don't care. I put the key because it was worth more. That's why my justification was doesn't matter if you want to buy it or not.
Yeah.
So this was Kanan 6. We can talk all day whatever you want to say about this book. But a lot of people like this book.
Fifth appearance of
cover. You can call it first cover.
First cover, whatever you want to call it. This one is deemed by people correctly or incorrectly as first, but it's 832 of these 9.8, which is a lot.
I don't think paying the higher price means they deem it that way. They just freaking convinced that it's worth more. Just like the Ventress, they just won't let it go.
Yep. There's a lot of these on the center. 33 sales in the last 3 months at a 9.8. The average price was $427, but the range, as you can see here, is really wide. $299 is a low.
That's
$565 is the high, and I would say the last few sales have been above the average price, and that was a lot of it just because of the content from D23 with.
And here's the two problems with this book, right? And you can say they're not going to let them go, Pete, but they have been, as you can see the downtick on this. Two problems with this book: when Ezra and the rest of them come out. In the Ahsoka show, we're naturally looking at a natural fall off dip in price because it happens. It's still the same way. Don't care. That's just how it works. And number two, people are once again going to have to start. They're going to have to choose between one or two books.
Yeah, but this
going to hold out or not going to hold out on this book.
I don't see this as
it's different
as the other book.
Yeah, it's got a whole different argument behind it too.
Yep. Oh, this is the worst one by far. Yeah,
I picked this book because it was the more expensive, and that's why I picked it as. Yeah. The keys, keys were
saying to Marco's point, like you can't compare it to the last book because there's no contest on the last book as far as first appearances.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last book has a cover as a detriment because let's get a big picture of Mace Windu on the cover, even though it's
really odd-looking Samuel L. Jackson.
This is just let's put all the rebels on the cover, even though they've shown up at least 3 or 4 times in the comic.
But I wasn't saying the point of the inside of the books or the quality of the books were the same because we are seeing these characters. What I was saying was he's saying people aren't going to let go of these books. That's where I disagree. Like they won't let the price go down because they won't. I disagree because people are. You're gonna start seeing this flood as soon as the show comes out. They're gonna start flooding the market and start undercutting each other on this book, anyways. So
I think that's true for either.
That's true, but I think you're taking one example and another. Like I think you're.
Oh, I agree with you, PJ. No,
I was specifically saying that last book will not drop that low. Two different reasons. No book will drop that low.
Two different reasons. Yes, two different reasons why I believe the books will drop. Two different reasons why I believe the books will drop. But to go to the point that the statement, I'm just addressing the statement that these books won't sell because people won't let them sell because they're going to hold on to them. I disagree with that statement. That's all I was saying.
I agree with that. I agree with that one a lot more on this. That people are going to just dump this book. Because they've been pumping it more than they are for the Ventress. Absolutely.
Yeah. By the way, in Wayseeker's defense, he was trying to be political about it. He did say this is first cover, and he did say people are pumping it. So, we're not trying to.
People start really figuring out that the magazines from Germany.
They're never going to care about that, Dom. They're never caring about any
out of here.
They only care about first U.S.
comic book.
They don't care. They don't care.
Moving on.
Yeah. All right, so now we're moving to another book, which is people can talk about all they want. but this is what has been deemed by the market as first Revan Knights of the Old Republic 9. We can argue all day. I didn't want to put all tons of keys for Revan over 42 or Tales 23, whatever. I went with the most expensive as a general rule. Total sales over the last 3 months is 9 sales. Average price is $925. It's $235 on the census, and the range here is $809 to $1,200. That $1,200 was a pretty lone sale. Most of that range was
$1,200.
That was one sale for $1,200. The FOMO buy it now for $1,200. Somebody paid it, but all the sales were like $809 to $1,000.
This height of this book was in 1750, somewhere around there. Because between us and Brian Smith, we were selling.
I still can't believe this book.
Yeah, we were killing it on this book.
No, wasn't this book like $3,000 in the pandemic?
No, it was 1750.
No. I think the newsstand was pretty up there.
Yeah, the state of Michigan's got the top 7 sales of this book. We've had the top 7 sales of this book, and I'm telling you, while we were selling it, we couldn't get rid of it.
Is that a statistic?
That's a straight up statistic. You can go back.
The state of Michigan is.
Well, because we do that. We look who sells it for the most, and then we're like, hey,
how do you know?
Because we watched this book because we were selling a bunch of these.
Yeah, but like, how do you know that like a con or a show in Iowa didn't sell it for more?
Yeah, right.
Because I just
great sale.
It's like if you take like quarterback statistics or something.
Yeah, they got the top 5 sales in every state.
You're like, hey, you're the guy on the other team, and you throw 7 TDs, and the other guy throws 8 TDs, and you know that the 8 TDs is the highest. You keep going after it. That's how I know, because we were doing that, and we were trying to get rid of it. And there was a little.
Who knows?
There's a little.
Can we at least agree why this book started selling?
Why?
What is that?
When
first appearance of a guy in a robe?
Yeah, when first appearance of a guy in a robe, but when somebody had mentioned that this was the first appearance of a guy in a robe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, actually, it really started selling once.
And I was told before, and I didn't buy it because I was like, I'll get around to it.
I honestly don't think this book would have taken out nearly as much unless CGC screwed up and they put it on their label. And then after that, it was all.
Yeah, but that was still during the time. We're not going to say why. There's still during the time where we were able to put stuff in for that. So, yeah, I mean, like this book's already fallen down though. Like it's continuously falling down. The 12 is the outliner, which ups the price of the average sale.
Right. Absolutely.
Maybe, but I think it's not so much that it's falling down. I think it went way too high for what it was.
Yeah, and I think this price is pretty stable for where it's been for the last 6 to 9 months. I mean, I think the 900 price has been kind of the mark. Rightly or wrongly, it is. But
even though legitimately from the writer himself, John Jackson Miller, the first appearance is in that 0 issue. He's a little hooded figure in the background in one panel.
But Pete, here's your point to where, like, villains can, get a lot of money. Like, people will pay lots of money for Star Wars villains. Like, this is the proof. Like, a crappy appearance of a villain in a comic book gets still $900.
Villain?
He's also a hero.
Well, he has. That's the weird thing about Revan that you
Revan
get
does
that.
both. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. You could be both, but
Because then you're gonna what to was it 24? The Star Wars Tales.
It all depends on how you played the game.
Darth.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You could call them either. Yep.
All right.
All right, here we go with another guy everybody loves.
Thrawn, Heir to the Empire 1. In the 9.8, here we have this 315 of these. 7 sales over the last 3 months in the 9.8. The range here is pretty tight, I feel like, for those 7 sales between 1,000 and 1,350. The average price is right there in the middle of that range at 1,170.
I'm actually surprised this isn't higher. I mean, like, we know he's coming.
Yeah. I think there's a decent amount of these though.
There is.
I mean, for Dark Horse,
I think that's why it's
there's
enough available where it doesn't get to the point of I can't find one because they're there. There's always there. If you want
what
it,
people make with between like previous like late Dark Horse books that we've seen and this this was a very early Dark Horse book and it was no shortage of these printed probably.
Yeah, there wasn't. There's a lot of them around, but there's a lot of the last book around too.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of that. KOTOR 9 around. So
I don't know. Like, well, there
I
is,
don't know
but
if as much as this though. I really don't.
No, you're right, but I think the condition was better because that whatever the warehouse.
Well, no, I'm saying like these coat. I found these coat like I found the coder, but not the coder. The Heir to the Empires. I found Heir to the Empires in dollar bins and cheap boxes and fucking flea markets and things. And yes, it has that nicer kind of glossier cover, but once that thing gets fucking bent, it's done. Like it's done. The Coder 9, that's more of a.
What's a newer?
It's newer.
We'll go. I mean, this will go back up.
As a print, like this was based on the best-selling novel. Like you know what I mean? They made plenty of these.
BK got me laughing today. All right. I mean, I'm just surprised that this isn't higher up, actually. And by the way, like this is one where like people are like, "Well, the market's still bad." I know that Lopez says that he can't sell his, but his has got issues with it. Where like, I mean, it doesn't seem like this book is. I mean, this book is still for a dollar bin book. This is a book that's still moving pretty well, even
that's
at.
What I'm saying. Like, I get it. Like, but finding high grades is gonna be tough because I found plenty of these and I submitted the best one and it did not get the 9.8.
They're tough grading this book. I mean, there's a lot of 9.6s on this, census. There was like 600 or 700, I think, when I looked at it, of 9.6s to 9.8s, which isn't the case for lots of these.
Yeah.
So the next 3 of the older books that we get coming up here, or no, we got one more. We got one more to Clone Wars. Then we get the old books.
Hey, real quickly, just in case some people are asking about Jedi. No, Jedi's taking a hiatus for a little bit. He actually has to. He's been working the last couple of weeks, and he's on.
Oh yeah. He's working for a couple of weeks.
I'm hoping Dom comes back for the one that's coming up next.
Hopefully he's trying to restart his computer, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
I'm so glad this book though. I'm so glad I bought this one. I did.
I don't have this one. This is one that someday maybe. First Sophie here. So you can see here there's quite a few on census, not a ton, but more than what we've seen for the other ones lately. 464. There's also a little bit more sales than what we've seen on the other ones, 13 in the last 3 months, which I mean it isn't a ton of sales for 464 on census. The range, again, pretty tight, I feel like. 2025 to 25. So there's a $500 window. The average is pretty close to the middle, right? So 2308. So you can kind of see what you want to buy it at. You might be able to sneak a sell in there under, if you really want this book for under 21. At their range, I saw a number of them under 21. I saw a number of them up there at 24, 25. It's all over the place. Sometimes they'll sell for a couple $100 different one day apart on auction.
Yeah, but this is one that's going to stick around here. I mean, this is the key of keys, one of the key of keys here. So
absolutely.
Yeah, my Mike Morello, I got to credit him. He just before this book hit, he just kept telling me people cosplay. He sold me on the cosplay, and I said, you know what? All right, I'm gonna buy a copy now for $90. I brought a raw copy because he kept telling me, and that was the price at the time. This was like $100 raw book for the most part. So I got one for $90. I was like, all right, I'll buy one. And thankfully I did, because within a few months, for one reason or another, it started moving. And then
I mean,
I tried to get the 1 in 1,000, tried to get it, and I missed out. And then missed out at 300 something. And then all of a sudden that book is
gone.
A few $1,000s.
The
1 in 1,000
was the trigger book, right? That triggered comic collectors to come into Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. But I did grade my $90 copy. I did grade it. I got a 9.6. So I have a 9.6 of this, but it's mine. It's not going anywhere.
Do you think we'll see some flooding in the market though, temporarily with a pullback when they come out?
I mean, a little bit, but this book isn't going under 1,500.
No, I think 18 is probably kind of where it starts hitting. It starts dipping to like 18. Maybe 16, but yeah, Marco's got a good point.
I don't know that it'll. Yeah, I don't think it'll dip that much. Yeah,
I don't think it'll dip that much either.
Actually, it would not. Mind you, I don't think it get that close to it. Hey,
I don't know if it dips at all.
This is why.
Some people list these things stupidly with weird auctions that ended off times, and then all of a sudden, Why
Yeah, maybe it was
Tuesday for $1,800. Well,
Okay, this is why, because it's kind of what JJ just said. I've sold this book before too a couple of times because, like, if you would tell me 4 years ago that Star Wars books would be selling for $2,000, I'd tell you go fuck
get
yourself.
out of here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I sold it 3 times. Well, no, twice. I've sold 2 copies of this. All the copies I've ever owned have been like mid-grade copies, like at best, because a lot of them are beat up. But like you could buy them back then for like $50, and at the time I was like, I don't know if I should be doing this. Like $50 for a mid-grade modern Star Wars Dark Horse comic. I thought I was nuts. But then you turn around and sell them for $300.
Yeah, $300, $400 for the high grade. Yeah, I mean it was crazy what you could sell these things for. When it went to over $1,000, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Star Wars doesn't sell for $1,000. It doesn't sell for $1,000. So BK, like, I mean, I know I don't know if you're trying to just joke around, but yeah, no.
You got, and sometimes you just got to take your money. Like, nothing wrong with
what are you gonna do? 15 grading back then, you $12 in grading, and fuck, 25.
You know how many of these were in the boxes back before it really got hot?
Not too many, to be honest with you. I mean, there were some.
There were some, but I don't think there was a lot.
This has always been because of the Filoni thing. This has always been a book that's kind of been sought after.
Yeah.
Well, and so let's not forget when this movie came out, the only Clone Wars that we had was the movie, which nobody liked and tanked pretty badly actually in the theaters for the most part. So, like, that was the only. So when this first came out, that was the only experience. So it didn't sell that well when it first came out.
No. But after what I'm saying is after the series came out and then people knew that there was the Filoni cover, people this book in Star Wars communities was sought after. It wasn't sought after at this fucking price. But.
I don't think the Filoni cover sells it for me. Like
I just think in general, like I think that did help that there was a series out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all right. What do we got next?
All right, you guys can talk about the next one while I go take I need a drink. Need a refill. So go ahead, Dom. This one's be for you.
Star Wars 42. First Boba, right? In comic.
Don't say in comic ever again. Say first Boba. Let it go.
Boba. Fine. 9.8 consensus. There's 408 of these. 6 sales over the last 3 months. But look at this range. There was one that sold not too long ago in auction for $1,150. And then there's been some that have sold. They buy it now. Actually, not that long ago, too, for $3,750. That's an absolute astounding range.
You know what's sad?
But let me ask you a question. Wait a second.
You know what? No, hold on. You know what's sad before you ask? Don't forget your question. Go ahead, Dom. Say your question.
I was going to say about the that price at $3,750. That I think that was close to what the newsstand was selling, because the newsstand went to like almost $4,000 at one time. The 9.8. No. I know.
We aren't tracking that for these.
I know. I understand, but I never seen a price $3,750 for the regular straight.
I think it was, but there's more newsstands than there are non-newsstands probably in 1980. So like people can pay what they want for a newsstand, but that's a big range. The average sale, again, right in the middle of that, right? 24.37. I was just really surprised to see one sell in auction. I don't track this book. This isn't a book on my wish list. It's out of my range. But $1,150 seemed really low to me.
I'll be honest with you. This book seems to be doing better than when the Book of Boba Fett came out, which is like, it's unconscionable, but like, I mean, it's a good book, and
will always sell.
I think like the Midwest has got a ton of bookstores out here, so like it is. Our prices out here are a little bit different. There's a lot of guys who've been around for a while, and we didn't. When you hear of other states having collapses of comic book stores, we didn't really have that. So I think that does play into it. When Midtown's the only comic store you got, it's got to be pretty tough. So,
yep.
I need this one too.
BK,
I don't have it.
Darth Lopez just.
Would you pay $1,150 for it?
Well, not to get back to the newsstand. I have a 9.6 in the newsstand. I would like to get a 9.6 at least in this. I would pay 9.6s all day when it comes to the books. But if I can get a 9.8 for a price I would pay for a 9.6, I'll definitely be on it in a heartbeat.
Sure. I mean, who wouldn't get a 9.8 at the price you want to pay for a 9.6?
No, it makes sense.
No, I'd rather have a 9.6 at that price. No, nobody's saying.
Like I said, 9.6 don't buy. I'll buy the 9.6s. But the fact is that because the price is 9.6, we all know that it's significantly down, way down from a 9.8, and I would pay that all day.
Right.
But if the way things are dipping now, if this thing dips even more, maybe I get a chance. Like
You might.
I was looking for.
It might sneak in auction. Like I said, that was you never know. This is one where if you're wanting to buy this book, keep a track on these auctions because like I said, that's a big range.
All right, what do we got next?
All I know is you guys are killing me. Now I can't eat anything tonight because I'm drinking the last calories I'm allowed.
There you go.
Next.
Anyway, next up, we're almost done. We almost done.
2 more left. Star Wars 2. Lots of first appearances in this one.
Out time. This is the book that I could never believe how cheap this book was for the longest time.
Here we have 2
Not
sales.
like there's any first appearances in this book.
Like a bazillion.
We got 2 sales.
Not important though.
In the last 6 months. Again, I think this one was probably peaked up a little bit higher because it's so close to the Obi-Wan show. There's only 146 of them, though, at 9.8 on census. So this is the second lowest number of 9.8s of the 10 keys on the list. Darth Bane.
That's crazy.
Actually. Right. For this book, it's a really small number of 9.8. So I think that's why it fetches a little bit higher price in the 9.8 than way more than the 9.6. And so you have you had 2 sales. One was $31.50. The other sale was $3,800. So the average price right there, $34.75.
Well, I think part of it was people for the longest time wasn't grading this because it wasn't worth it to grade this book. I mean, literally,
Also,
even through the pandemic.
CGC again, but they didn't put anything on their label for this book.
Yeah, no, he's right. Literally through the pandemic, this book did not get a pandemic bump. This was the most underrated book. Frustrating how many times we've said this book was
Obi-Wan, Han Solo,
Chewbacca. Yep.
The Cantina.
Who are they?
What was supposed to be Jabba the Hutt?
Just minor characters. Just minor characters.
Yep.
Do you think
I don't know what the next quarter brings after Obi, right? But again, you're not going to see this one very often because there's just not that many of them in 9.8.
Oh, 9.8. Yeah, that's
just not
crazy.
On your back. That's funny.
Yep.
All right. What else do we got?
You get the last one. Everybody knows it's coming up. Last one, Star Wars #1.
Star Wars #1.
We started it all.
Yep. Again, this one has a lot more on 9.8.
That Vader looks like an alien.
723 of these on 9.8. We had 4 sales in the last quarter. Very tight range, 4,500 to 5,000 for all of the 4. Average price was $48.36.
This is where it's crazy for me. The drop off to a 9.6 on this book is stupendous. Even though there's a pretty significant amount of 9.6s on the census.
Well, this
and 9.8.
I mean, it's talking like I think 1,000, like 900 to 1,000.
Yeah. Well, there's 723 9.8 to this.
Yep.
I know.
Well, look at it this way: the black border. Like this is like the worst. The spine ticks.
There's 723 9.8.
But I'm just saying. But the price of the 9.6 shouldn't be that low. You should at least pay It should be at least $2,000. $1,000, $900.
People.
Well, to be fair, I know you're saying there's 729 8s, but I think there's way more like Hulk at 181 9/8.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, Joe. I don't know if this is going to come down that much. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's.
I like it this way. I think it's. I mean, this is the book. This is the ultimate crossover book for Star Wars collectors that aren't necessarily comic collectors, right? Like, if you're going to buy a Star Wars book, if you're a collector of Star Wars memorabilia, you want a 9.8 or a high grade
And to be fair, like, think of how hard it's going to be for a new submission today to get a 9.8. Like, if this book hasn't been subbed already.
I have one and I've never sent it just because.
Yeah, I'm going to say, but if you did, you're probably going to get screwed. Like, you're going to be like, no.
Well, there's also 723. There's a lot of these books out there.
Right.
Yeah, but that's look at the 723, but look at the number of
out of the overall print run, because we got to cover that too. Like, there are a lot of copies of this book. Let's not pretend there are a lot of
total sales. There's 4 total sales in what's that? 3 months, Wayseeker.
Yep. From June 15th through through September 13th. I did.
Yeah, Star Wars collectors aren't going to let it go. They're 9.8 of this.
Exactly.
Well, no,
they're holding on to it. They're not selling it.
That's a treasured book.
Yeah, there's no one getting rid of this.
Slowly go up.
Again, I didn't do heritage. I didn't do heritage sales. This one might be more often to come up on something like that. I don't know, but
maybe
it's still not high enough. I don't know if that's
no. It's still not one of those books where it's like it's going to go to heritage. Like, it's not AF-15 or.
You know, I actually think this will really get a significant bump again when the next movie comes out. Just for the sake, so movie-wise, TV shows are a little different.
Well, it kind of depends on what the movie's about. No,
I know, but just because it began it all, and if they waiting that long,
it didn't begin it all. The movie began it all.
I know, but I'm saying it began the comic book wise.
Yeah,
no, I know, but I think that's where we're blurring the line. We're letting the movies drive comic book sales. Don't let movies that they adapted to comics now. You know what I mean? Like,
this is the thing with this book and number 2, and why they're not going to take big dips, is because whenever a certain franchise ends up being known publicly and starts getting to a certain dollar amount or breaks a certain ceiling, those books, not like just one book, but and they have multiple sales in it, spending over multiple years, which this book now has started. It slowly started creeping up even before the pandemic. It started to hit the numbers, and then it is sticking around. These books are going to be seen as the true keys, not the like fly under the night Darth, whoever gives a fuck about nobody cares.
Oh yeah.
They already are.
That's the whole point.
The price.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying is that they're already there. So I'm not sure the movie's going to give it so much more of a hype. But if there's more collectors coming into it in their 20s and their 30s and getting money, they're going to want to spend money on this book, and that's where you're going to get your fold over.
Yeah,
and it just so happens to coincide with movies coming out, which it will, because that's usually when you start getting new fans to hype it up a little bit.
A little bit,
a little bit of a bump. But this is going to have it.
It's just going to go up with the flow of everything. It's just going to go. Right. It's going to rise up with it. Like, AF-15 is not getting a bump because there's Spider-Man No Way Home came out. Didn't make AF-15 worth more. Mm-hmm. It's like it was already worth a shit ton. This is already becoming
your Hulk 181, right? Shit ton of Star Wars. I mean, it's going to climb at a.
It's just going to rise.
It's never going to take. I don't think it's going to take huge jumps. No. It's just going to climb at a very steady rate.
You're going to get your 10%, 10 to 20% every 2 years. Yeah. And it's just going to keep growing at that rate.
And what, like what Marco said, once it hits that ceiling, a ceiling, that also means it now established a new floor. So it's now just this is it.
I think this is an invest. I think this has hit the level of investment book. Like the rest of them haven't quite hit it, but this one right here.
Well, let me ask. I was about to ask that question. Do you think 2 ever catches 1? Because just look at the gains that 2 has made on 1 in the past year or 2 years.
Big gains, but I don't think it'll.
We did, Frank. We talked about it already. You can go back and watch it. No, I don't know if 2 is going to make it to 1. I wouldn't exactly call 2 2 hasn't had a long enough time to be considered an investment book yet. In my opinion,
there's so many fewer. Just look at
the numbers. Is at 3, 4, and 5.
Sometimes that doesn't matter. Like Showcase 4 sells for a lot more than Showcase 1. There's less 9. There's less 9.8 Showcase 1s than there are Showcase 4s.
The 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just basically, you could buy for peanuts and $1 if you go out and you would get those books. And I know the first couple issues are more, but like this sets the bar. Number 1 sets the bar.
I agree. I mean, this is the one book where if I had it, I wouldn't worry about volatility because I just don't think there's going to be that much.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's an investment. I think Jay does too. I think JJ is putting out a good point. But I do agree. I think this is now finally over the last year and a half, 2 years, become an investment book, and investment books stay at a certain rate. Like there is no.
But I think what JJ is trying to say is I feel like 2 it will get there. Like now,
It could.
Like it's getting close.
You can get one.
No, I'm not disagreeing with it. It just needs more time. Is all I'm saying. Like it's.
I hear what you're saying. You don't want to give it before it turns.
I do. If JJ's asking, is it on the path to be an investment book? I would nod my head and say yes, it is.
Yeah.
Which one do you think
you don't want to give it? You don't want to give it put it in the Hall of Fame now before it earns its way there. Like, all right,
it's not going to be
a good career. He's going to probably be great, but let's let him do it before we.
What do you think graduates to investment book next? 2 or Clone Wars 1?
Oh, 2.
2, I think.
2.
Yeah.
2. Mm-hmm. 2.
Let me ask you a question now. There's 723 on the census of 9H, right?
Yeah.
Now, how long is the period of time to have this book graded, like in a case? Like 10 years? Like, what's the
you're talking about switching out the cases?
Yeah. Do you think those books will be 9.8 after they take them out and they resubmit them?
Don't take them out.
Regrade them if you just.
You don't.
I don't think anybody ever actually does that. I always thought that was just like a ploy by CGC to get people to.
So like what I do, so I bubble wrap, rotate, and then like they don't see sun, they stay in boxes, and the box gets rotated. So like they don't.
Sun. What do you mean sun?
Well, like,
most of the rooms I keep this crap in, there's no sun anyways.
They are. They're in safes or they're in rooms that have blackout things that never open. But like, and they're high up, so the sun never sees them.
But is it in a humidor?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I don't even let like the light from the room.
Or has the alarm that goes to his phone. It's like
it's
gone up 1 degree.
You know where you got the handholds? Those get covered off. Like it's not
the robots with lasers patrolling.
I don't be putting that expensive books in no cardboard boxes that actually have handholds. These some bitches are in plastic. There's no fucking creaking lights in here. This thing's like in a crypt.
Oh no, man! I have shit all over. You've been over here. You know that I'll just throw them around.
No, I'm just playing with you.
Yeah. No, that's what I do. But that's how I do mine.
Well, I don't have showcase 4s lying around. I got to hold on to my like 2.5 FF48s and be like, yeah,
my like
2.5.
My like Key Silver and Golden Age books are already falling apart. So they're already like 1.5.
In my defense, I've only got about 5 books that are above $20,000. Okay, the rest of them, I do have a couple $1,000 books that are too.
Only.
Dude, I only got like 5 books that might be over $2,000.
$1 million in my pocket's only pocket change.
I have a modest $20,000.
They're over. Like one of them a couple of them could be a couple $100,000 books, but they're still over at $20,000.
That don't count.
They're in the safe, basically. Those don't even make it to that. You don't get. They don't even come in the house. Like you don't.
Those ones, the $100,000 books don't come in the house. You got it.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah. No, that's the list. I will say it is hard because Star Wars is volatile, right? And there's really only 5 of these Star Wars keys that I feel like are set as the top 10 keys. Like when you get Ahsoka and Thrawn, Boba, Star Wars 2 and Star Wars 1, those ones I feel like are the set 5. And the bottom 5, you could make some arguments for some switching over the time. But that's just the ones I went with because those were.
No, you're right. No, I mean, you're right. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Thrawn afterwards. I mean, I think we're really high on Thrawn in this group too. I don't.
But I don't think it's just us. I think it's also.
No. I mean, in general, but I mean, I just wonder what's going to happen out of all those books that you mentioned, those 5 that Thrawn does have the biggest opportunity of slipping.
Yeah. Really? You think that's the biggest opportunity?
Yeah, out of Thrawn, Ahsoka, 1, 2.
I'm thinking more of Thrawn and Ventress. Like I would see Ventress.
No, we weren't. Ventress wasn't there. He said it was 1, 2, Thrawn and Ahsoka. Clone Wars 1.
The top
out of those, Thrawn has the biggest chance of slipping. The rest of them,
I mean, okay. Out of those, I got you.
Well, it all depends, like
and I love Thrawn the best out of some of those.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, if they kill him off, or that ends his story, it ends his arc. You never know. I mean, you never know.
Kill him off doesn't matter. Tell prequel.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. But then again, they could spin the opposite direction and
it's actually
create a Thrawn show or something.
I know.
You never fucking know. So
Booger hooks.
Yep.
You know,
Hey, I hope you do. Hey, everybody out there, send love, send prayers out to Darth Lopez. Man, try the best you can. Try to do anything, but
yes,
I know it's tough. To quit, man.
Yeah,
it really is.
I'll tell you what I did.
I'll
tell you what I did. I used the patch for the nicotine addiction, which gives you crazy dreams, which are kind of fun for a little bit. It'll help you with the nicotine addiction. The actual physical stopping of the cigarettes, you need to do something like play Skyrim nonstop for 3 months.
I disagree with that.
Find a game. And the reason why you want to find a game is because you can't find the natural breaks. You watch television, you're like, oh, I'm going to watch a show. After every show ends, you're going to go, now's a good time for me to go take a smoke break. Now's the time.
I knew a guy in
but
college.
If you're playing a video game, and if your wife lets you, you play a video game, there's no stopping because you're like, I'm going to do this next quest. I'm going to do this next mission. I'm going to take this next side quest. You just keep rolling. And as long as you don't stop, you won't take that break. You just go to bed, you get up, you go to work, you come home, you play your game, you keep playing and playing and playing until you go to bed, you wake up, you go to work. You'll be fine.
Terry,
dum-dums.
I don't think that book sells because of Mary Jade. I don't think it has ever. I don't think it ever will. I don't think Mary Jade is coming ever. I don't think Mary Jade's
getting a Star Wars toy, a Black Series, which is coming.
But isn't hers 5?
Huh?
No, that's cover.
Cover's 4.
Cover's 4.
Oh, 4. That's what I meant. 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can find first cover for her for $20 sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you also get that the toy one. I like the insert one. I like finding
one thing I think will be interesting, as we track this, will be Wayseeker said the volatility in Star Wars. Do you think it is volatility more in like Marvel versus Star Wars? Star Wars always interests me because there's no Silver Age, there's no Golden Age.
It's just
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Star Wars barely makes bronze, barely.
But this is the weird part about Star Wars. When even before that, when books hit a certain gap, they just stay around. Where Marvel, there's so much more to pump. There's so much more. We've had people get mad over the Thunderbolt lineup. Most people haven't ever read a Thunderbolt book.
Thunderbolt lineup. Why the hell are people paying $50 for a goddamn?
I'm just saying. What about Carnage Bomb? My point is, there's a lot of difference where yes, during the pandemic, there was a lot of horse shit people coming up with top 1,000 first appearance lists and other shit that they were trying to push. Oh, well, this person may possibly show up one day. We had somebody come into the chat the other day and say, well, you guys know this guy may possibly one time show up, probably will definitely. And it's like, no, dude. No.
Well, it don't matter.
Star Wars like the buy gold of comic collecting. Like buy gold. Star Wars is kind of stable.
It does have a stigma because it's easy to identify a lot in it. That's the problem with the new stuff that's coming out when people. Well, Kanan's the first. Think about this, and I know you're going to say KOTOR 9, but I won't address that. Because there's something there's a little niche in there. But what I'm going to say is, if you look at Kanan, that bullshit first appearance versus the bullshit first appearance on the cover, right? It is. It's bullshit because the first appearance is not the book we have, but doesn't sell for as much. That's the first time that first and pretty much only time that they've actually been able to infiltrate it where it puts even a question in the mind of it. A lot of times it gets shot down. There is a lot of Star Wars people that eventually you'll get to somebody and they'll say, listen, I don't even give a shit, but you're wrong. And then sometimes it takes longer than others, right? You know what I mean? It does sometimes, but you usually get
like we said earlier, KOTOR 9 had the backing of CGC putting that on the label. Kanan 6 doesn't have that, and it still got to where it is now.
That's some
that's a whole tricky situation.
Yeah, don't go with the CGC thing because when I submitted my Kanan 1s, I submitted a Kanan 1 first print, a Kanan 1 second print. The second print they listed it's the first appearance of Kanan, Ezra, blah 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 blah. It listed the whole crew. But meanwhile, the first print they just said first appearance of Kanan. It's the same fucking book, but you just labeled it differently at the same time. I submitted them at the exact same time. You labeled them differently. It made no sense.
Yep. And I knew I was going to get shit for putting Kanan 6 on there, but I just went with the most expensive one.
Which is fine because eventually, if you end up falling for more than 2 quarters, we might bump you out of the book thing. We might substitute somebody else in. So
Yeah,
you can change the book list. We're gonna try to keep it for a year at least. But
here's the problem. Here's the problem with Star Wars, though. I'm just gonna throw this out there. The problem with Star Wars over, say, like the Marvel thing, because when I was at the convention this past Saturday, I literally heard some dude asking for that Saber book that I was just joking about. Like, who gives a shit about Saber? Like, who cares? But this guy's like, oh, you had the 250, but I was really looking for the 256. I'm like, dude, you're buying a book based on a character that's okay. They cast her. She's going to be in a movie for all of probably 30 seconds and probably not going to look like the character you see in the comic book because she's probably going to be changed to just be some operative. Like, it doesn't matter. But Star Wars, I think there's so many people who don't actually read or collect that they're just going to listen to whoever has the loudest voice who tells them this is the book. They're just going to buy it because somebody told them to, but they have no stake in the game. They have no.
See, that's right.
No connection to the character. Like, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
But that's where I kind of disagree. I think that happened, right? But I think for the majority, besides probably about almost 2 years of time, and it's starting to get back there, even with that, you've seen, like, people were trying to pump up what you just said. Hey, I know you don't read Star Wars, but get these books. I've never seen a market change so swiftly to get a lot of those people moved out. Like, a lot of those people moved out. There's still people who try to hawk bullshit.
Well, they still do. Well, you say that,
but it's not like Marvel. It's not like Marvel where there is true. Like, hey, listen, we got the saga in there for one.
This is where I say this is a bit different. This is where I say it's a bit different. Just like we've talked about even on this show, where people have all of a sudden, why are these people buying Star Wars 26? Well, somebody told them to. Whereas, why are people buying Black Cat 12 or 13, whatever the hell the first Iron?
Yeah,
whatever. But those are people who are actually fans of Marvel, and they're like, well, who knows? This character might show. You know what I mean? Like, they're still going to hold on to that.
Here's the difference.
Book.
26 on its average was selling for right around double cover, where when you're talking about like some minor character who's not going to look like that and whatever, and it's going to be a minor character to show in Marvel, that book will sell.
They're not even going to be in a show in Marvel. It's just a new first appearance.
I'm saying like 250.
First appearance of Marvel.
That you're talking about earlier. 253 that you're talking about earlier. You know what I mean? Like, that becomes like it does go even with that, even with the new costume or character. That's a $20 book. The difference in price is because the fan base in Star Wars knows what they have. Because I do believe there's a big reading fan base in Star Wars. There really is. There's a big reading fan base in Star Wars. That's why we have good novels.
That might be. I think part of the issue too is that Star Wars. So I think Star Wars, I don't know how to put it, is not a comic first entity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the portion of Star Wars fans that actually read or whatever Star Wars comics is probably pretty low in the fandom, probably in the minority. There's probably the majority of Star Wars fans have never touched a comic for Star Wars.
I think this is the first celebration.
I think it's the opposite for Marvel. I think that's flipped.
Yeah.
Right.
I think this is the first celebration where you saw a presence of comic books. I can't remember. I don't give a shit what anybody was saying. There was not a big presence of comic books at any celebration up until this last celebration. So, like, I agree with what Jay's statement is.
So just a question. Like, I have a bunch of Canon 1s. I don't care about Canon 6 personally. Do you think there's a day when Canon 1 overtakes it, or do you think that ship sailed?
No, I think after we see Ahsoka, I think we're going to see 6 take a lot bigger of a dip than we'll see Canon 1, and eventually Canon 1 will be the collector.
It's actually is getting closer.
Yeah,
and also too,
prices might still be higher for 6, but volume wise, also because there's more copies. But
at the risk of Marco timing me out,
start driving up prices as well. For one,
yeah, I just wonder.
Marco timing me out for whammy.
I'm about to give him the whammy. I'm about to give him his first whammy.
The variants in the second print. I mean, those are all like if you take the 1 in 25, it's worth more than 6. So
correct, right? The bucket is worth more than. But that was one of the things I worried about 1 too. Is there's just so many different ones.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and 6 only
as far
has
as
one.
The comic goes, I got all 3, and I got all 3 in 9/8 personally because I was on board. I'm like, yeah, this is some good shit. And to be fair, this is when you could buy the 1 in 25. You could buy it for ratio. I bought 2 of them for ratio.
Lopez, lots of people read Star Wars books. I just think there's a very little connectivity between people who read Star Wars books and people who read Star Wars comics.
Yes.
I think it's a there. Like JJ reads it too. Like it's weird. Dom reads some too. Everybody reads some, but like when you actually go to celebrations and stuff, like there is big segments for the novels. Like the Del Rey has got a huge. They take up a huge area up on the floor. It is very popular. Well, it is all
the very first celebration I went to. We told the story of the celebration. Like they did not give away free comics. It was not free comic books or anything there, or even selling. What they were giving away was free novels.
Yep,
dude, the promotion was free novels.
We got the specialty. They didn't have variant comic books. You know what they had? Variant novels.
Variant novels.
That's all you want. They did. And by the way,
I'm not laughing like in that sense. I'm laughing because you're right.
When I talk about to Calvin Scott about the like audio shit, shit was sold out all the time. That's why I was talking to him, because he was just sitting around going, I was like, well, you're not selling books here. And he goes, neither is these three artists, because they had sold out already. Like he's just hanging out at the booth. That Del Rey booth has always been one of the hottest things at Celebration. So, I know this might not be your fandom. Like your fandom might be watching, movies and TV shows, and
everybody's different. But to say it doesn't play a part is
I would love to see the panels.
No, I didn't say Calvin. Joe, don't you fucking dare!
He didn't say Calvin today. I didn't have to correct him. He didn't say Calvin.
I said Calvin.
But this is where the High Republic was so successful, because the High Republic drew book readers into the comics in a new way that probably hadn't been done in decades.
If you go into the deep boards of the internet, the Star Wars internet boards, the High Republic was like the one thing where they were like on the novel boards, they were talking about it. They're like, because it links over to the like on the Del Rey boards, they were talking about the High Republic, the Marvel stuff, and people are like, wait, Marvel comic, like the comics? And they're like, yeah. And there's also this thing called IDW too. Like it was funny watching people try to explain to other people about comics. It was,
and there's a reason why they put it out as novels first and not comics first.
Yeah.
Because novels to Star Wars fandom as a whole are probably bigger.
Yeah.
I agree. It would be cool to have a panel with like the artist and the writers talking about the comics, like at a celebration. Like if there's a comic event that's going to be like really huge, like this whole Crimson Dawn thing was a big thing. Was a pretty big thing, and they just put it through the comics. But if you had like the Star Wars celebration, they could talk about, you're going to have this coming, and we got this artist that's going to be working on this, and this writer.
They probably will, because they do that with the novels. They have the Kevin.
A lot of them are the same writers.
Yeah, all of them get up for the novel. I would not assume that from now on, like with how popular the High Republic has been, that they won't have those comic things up there. I'm just saying it wasn't in the past. That doesn't mean, and that's what once again, when I say that, like, like Star Wars 1 is going to be a new it's been made a new investment. And 2, I have it I'm very bullish on it going that way, is because when they start representing comics on Celebration floors, I have a feeling, it's just a personal feeling, that there will be more eyes on it, and that's what's going to attract more than the movies. That's all I was saying.
Maybe. But all right, it's already 11:42. So if you want to open this box,
are we going to open some books? Okay, let me see.
I think you need to start opening this.
Okay, I don't know how to do this.
Get the ripping.
JJ, I'm not a big ripper.
I can put this up while you get yourself situated.
I might be sending all
JJ, if you want to give us a rundown of what we're looking for.
Marco, any Boba Fett's, you can send my way.
Oh, hold on real quickly. Let me see what I got here.
So welcome to 2021 Star Wars Bounty Hunters, which actually came out in June 2022, because they only delayed it by like 10 months or so.
Not a year.
Just a small delay. But so we did get a hobby box here, and what we should expect is at least one autograph. There's 2 hits a box, so you're gonna have one autograph, one sketch card / patch card. We don't know which. And then you're gonna have Feared Mercenaries, which is the main insert set. About 18 of those. You should have hopefully 2 die cuts.
Hold on.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the 2K. Everybody put hard work in this. We really do appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Make sure you come by on Wednesday, because again, I got a lot of stuff to give away.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, JJ. Didn't mean to cut that
And
off.
last, we should get at least 15 blue parallels. So parallels are about one every other pack for blue.
Every other, huh? So we're not even gonna get one a
Can
pack.
I take the plastic off this or no?
About.
Oh, is that pack big?
What do you mean?
Oh, it's the box. I'm thinking he has a pack already.
the box.
I'm like, damn, it's a big packs.
It's heavy though. It's very heavy.
It's pretty dense. There's 24 packs in a box, so that's actually kind of a large amount for.
Do we want to go to the next the bit about whatever?
Yeah,
we do have more slides.
Yeah. You can start opening it if you want.
Well, let's go. Do you want to go over any of this stuff? Bounty levels? I don't know.
So yeah, this is where it gets a little confusing. So there's a base set, right? So the base set's basically the same 100 cards over and over again, but 3 different times.
Are you dancing Hammerhead around?
Hey, I love Hammerhead. It's my second favorite character.
You're just sitting here. My son put him on the table.
Why is he wearing a blue onesie?
All right, keep going. Keep talking. Let's go. Get through this thing.
Well, I don't care. You go ahead and start opening them if you want.
Come on.
No, he's got Hammerhead dancing.
So there are, of course, numbered parallels, which there always are. So for bounty level 1, which is the most common, you're looking at 150. Well, blue will be unnumbered for all of them.
Yeah.
But there's 150 green, 99 purple, 75 red, and then 101 black. 101 black is the same across the board.
Well,
so if you hit a black parallel.
Away the cards. Go ahead.
And then so bounty level 2 is pretty much the same card with a slightly different image. And then again you have blue, green, purple, red, black.
And then, different ratios.
So bounty level 3 is the same card with a slightly different image, and it's about 1 every 2 packs. So they're kind of short print, I guess if you want to call it that.
Marco, you're going to
get
the
parallel numbers are lower.
The black parallel of the worst character ever.
So many things in here, but yeah, you can start cutting open that while we're
next is the Speared Mercenaries cards, which you'll notice them because they're the horizontal cards, but they have the short prints for different characters. So Mandalorian is not a short print, so you'll probably get at least a Mandalorian in every pack.
And Boba Fett.
Yeah, unless it's a different character.
Well,
so then
it's 1 and 4.
Yeah, 1 and 4 is Boba Fett. Jango Fett's 1 and 4. Sing is actually 1 and 6, and Cad Bane is the rarest at 1 out of 12. Cool. And of course, there are die cut versions is about 1 out of 12 too. Last is the autograph and patch cards, which will be the 2 box hits. So you'll either get a patch card or a sketch card, and an autograph card, which are all could be numbered or could be not numbered.
Hey, listen, I want the Beskar armor patch where it's metal.
Just laughing, looking at Hammerhead.
I know, like.
Jesus Christ!
Why are you using that big of a knife, Marco?
You watch the late night knife shows? Do you buy those?
Yeah, that's a custom made knife for me. It's the only thing I have in the room.
Oh, custom made knife. It's the only thing to defend yourself.
That's not a knife.
You can open up the packs with that knife too.
We still have 2 more.
Oh yeah, autographs? So autograph and sketch cards. But yeah, obviously sketches are 101. There are triptych sketches, which are like books. So
books.
Yeah, like a little booklet sketch that unfolds.
Interesting.
Mail in. Mail it in.
Yeah, so it's all like one image, but it folds into 3 separate pieces. And then
feels heavy.
There's dual autographs and triple autographs, which you will probably never see, but they do exist.
And then our last bit.
So this is the thing that I always find comical about this set. So you can get a buyback bounty card, which means you go about 1 in 838 packs. But if you collect 25, you can redeem them for a 1-to-1 autograph card.
Nice.
1 of 1. There we go. Let's go this way so we can see our reactions.
Orange. What does orange mean? Is orange a better card, or no?
No, just a different character card. So those are like bounty level 2. So
why is that one upside down?
Appearing in Andor, according to Dom.
Yeah, so like flipping over should just say like B2, whatever should be the number.
Hey, remember that, huh?
Yeah.
Lando.
There you go. We got Lando.
Hey, Boba.
Hey.
Tonwi.
Ooh.
So I would assume that is a Mandalorian, and then you should have a second one.
Feared Mercenaries.
There you go.
And what is this? Just orange?
The orange are kind of the short printed
Feared
ones.
Mercenary.
So nothing special in that pack?
Huh?
No, nothing crazy. I don't know. Turn that Lando over. Is that purple? I can't tell if it's purple or if it's just.
It's blue.
It does say B223. It's just the background.
Okay.
They're hands, Joe.
Lando, then. Okay.
They're just hands.
They're not hands. They're Boba.
So, like, this set's a little bit weird in that you think it'd be the with the name highlighted that's the color change, but it's actually the background of where the character is.
Do we open one of these?
Oh! Hey, there's our box hit.
That is, and it's Solo.
Our first box hit.
Oh, what is this thing? Oh, this
Wait,
is
what's the
It's
box
a patch
hit?
card.
Huh?
So that's the patch card.
That's a patch card?
Yeah, man.
Flip it over, see if it's numbered.
Okay. Congratulations, you have received a commemorative
Star Wars bounty patch card. PS. Oh, yes, number 15 out of 199.
Okay.
Oh wow.
This is kind of cool, man. It's like
So
a
that's
different.
probably orange, probably.
Yeah, it's orange-ish, goldish orange. Yeah.
Look,
That's kinda
it's like
cool.
actually a
Yeah.
patch card.
So it takes vintage patch. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's our patch hit. So you only have two other cards in that.
So you
pack.
got an autograph coming somewhere. Well, I get an autograph. It'll
Yeah, there
probably
should be
be
a lot
like
of somewhere in the box.
Gronk Droid. Gonk
How
Droid.
much do you think
not
that go
Gronk.
for? Somebody look that up. That Han Solo patch thing.
Han Solo patch orange?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it while you're opening.
It's a commemorative patch card.
Commemorative. All right. I'm doing this right? Oh, there's some more
Yep.
Boba Fett. I think some of these. Oh, IG.
IG88.
Nice.
Little R2. Okay, so that one is. Let's see, flip that over and see if that's numbered. I don't know if that is purple or not. Nope. Okay.
Ooh, well, I'll tell you this much: the Greedo number 1 of 25 is $250.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they go for quite a bit when they're.
Well, a Dengar though is only about $8.
How much does Boba Fett?
With Cobb Vanth action.
Wait, hold on. Han Solo, what'd you say? Number whatever at a 199?
15. Yeah.
Seems to be about $50.
All right. Well,
There's a few that are about $50.
What's the Boba Fett going for?
I don't see a Boba Fett yet.
This feels.
I'm
This
just
feels
scrolling
like
down the list.
probably
Oh,
gonna
there's a Ventress for
feels like
$245.
it could be the other hit.
Yeah, Boba Fett's probably a two or
Yeah,
three.
but what's interest?
They do. Well, she's like a relic card. It said, so that might be something else.
Oh, I think they are called relic cards. I might be wrong calling them patch. I mean, they're a patch.
No. The other ones do. Like the other ones is like patch. Like there's a green Han Solo patch that's actually cheaper. That's weird.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
A little bit.
No,
I
no,
used to be able to
focus.
hear
You got to focus. The camera's a little.
It'll focus.
Oh, that's Salacious Crumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Alicia's card.
What the fuck happened here?
Yeah, I don't know why it unfocused.
Yeah, don't focus. Oh, I can't see. Okay,
There you go. There it goes.
This
There it
Boba
goes.
Clone Wars Boba Fett.
Fett. Hey,
Big
a
Boba.
lot of Boba.
Oh,
Congratulations.
There you go. You're right.
Congratulations.
So what does it say? Congratulations.
You have received an authentic Star Wars bounty hunter autograph card. Holy fuck, this is horrible.
Already? But we already hit both hits so quickly?
I have
Both hits
another one.
already.
Dude, really?
What the hell is that?
Sugi.
Okay.
Is it numbered? Probably
Yeah.
not.
I don't know, Marco. I don't know why you're like booing that. I thought that you were the biggest Sugi fan out there.
I love Sugi. Like, I want something that people like. No, it doesn't look like it's over there. I don't know.
At least we got a Han Solo patch. Trust me, there's much worse patch cards out there.
Oh no, I like that.
Yeah, the Dengar.
Oh, look at this
You
Ventress.
can still get parallel number cards though. Like, what's that Ventress?
Yeah, it's a blue Ventress.
Is it numbered at the top?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for the numbers because there's like so many different things in these cards these days.
Ew. Feared
Well,
Mercenary.
Gideon and you got
Two mercenaries. Green, so that's a parallel.
Horatio
but
Sands.
not an important parallel.
You sure we're only getting 2 hits out of this box?
Well,
might
2
get
hits are
3.
guaranteed.
You might get a hot box.
You could
never
get
know.
another one.
So you
Yeah.
can still get a low number card. Like you can get a black parallel that's a 101.
Ooh.
And you're still due 2 die cut inserts.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, hopefully.
It was Obi-Wan disguised.
God.
It's the
Oh,
all
God.
My favorite
sideways, huh?
character.
Mandalorian. Darth
Vader.
It's weird. Like every card is basically 2 pictures.
Really? This is
Yeah.
what we got? That's a card?
Damn. Sucks. All right.
It's pretty cool. The card designs are pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's Ahsoka showing.
Was that the
Yeah.
Was that the Witch King of Angmar?
This one right here? No, this is Ahsoka showing up to Mandalorian.
Oh,
To Mando show.
gotcha. Hammerhead just hanging around.
Ooh, okay.
He's blessing the packs.
Yeah, he's blessing the packs. Last card's gonna be cool. There we go.
Young Han Solo.
Grief Karga.
Carl
Reef.
Weathers.
Is that
Yeah, now stop. That's a wait. Stop right there. That's a blue parallel. So it probably won't be numbered, but it is a parallel card.
wait, blue or green?
Zion.
I think that's blue.
Zion.
It's actually the background of the character.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at
No,
the
not her.
yeah.
The next card. The next card.
This one's a blue parallel.
Right there.
Yep, that was a blue parallel.
No, the last
Blue
this
are
one-
not numbered.
Okay.
Blue or not numbered?
Blue are not numbered.
Oh yeah, you're right. Blue or not numbered.
Oh,
Hey.
there you go.
Hey.
So that's short printed.
Yep. Had Bane.
What does that mean?
I think those are one in every 6
12.
or 12.
Yeah, those are 112.
Cad Bane, yes, is one in every 12 packs.
12. Okay. That's pretty good. There will only be about one or two of those a box then.
Do the sets go for money?
Some
Don't
can.
do sets anymore.
Oh, gold
Yeah.
Embo.
Bro. Cool card.
Yeah, Masterworks
Orange?
goes for a price.
So then you got
You
a
got a
blue
parallel
parallel
Kira.
Kira.
Again, not numbered though.
There you go
Suge.
again. Hey, the mental.
That was Horatio Sands.
Why the hell is Mace Windu? Oh, because he beheaded Jango Fett.
Yeah, that's what it says.
That makes
Django Fett card.
This is just Django's head.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
You can
The
have
helmet.
Boba holding it like, oh.
My God.
He missed
That
so
was,
many
that
opportunities.
was the 1 in 12.
The Cad Bane
well,
was, yeah, with the
Every
yellow
12
border.
packs, yes, so you get 2 Banes, hopefully.
There you go.
Oh,
So that's the
there you
second
go.
Bane.
Yep.
But this one's got Emro in it, and
All
Yeah.
right.
I'll take it.
Oh, you're upside
That
down.
is-
Boba.
Oh, good one. Harrison Ford, Han Solo.
There's
Oh,
another parallel.
Yeah, blue parallel. Bill Burr.
Rio again, and kneeling shot.
Love those
Back to
Boba
back.
Fett cards.
Oh my God, why do people like doing this? This is annoying.
So much
Yeah, it's just
crap.
like a lot of garbage. You'll have to clean up
Let me,
later.
let me tell you something. You know, the people that make a lot of money on opening packs on the big thing. People love that.
Yeah, you could probably sell these for like $10 a pack on certain streaming channels.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, you got to do it before you open it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, not now.
Not now. Because that guy's
yeah.
gonna, I don't want the Bib Fortuna pack.
Oh, you got the Bantha. All right.
You got Fat Bib.
Cobb again.
Boba.
Nice.
Is that a
Hell
Boba? Yeah.
yeah.
So it's 1 in 4 packs.
A tiny little slave one.
That's right. Slave one.
Dude, Hammerhead's pretty good luck so far, I think. I don't know what color this is, but it ain't the normal one, I don't think. We'll see. Hey, Tusa Leech.
Oh, the Tasu Leech. Good to
Hey!
see you.
Hey.
Sons of Anarchy, or is this Star Wars? I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know.
it's Bobby
Oh,
Elvis.
Oh, there's a parallel Boba Fett.
Oh,
Save that one
nice.
for Dom.
For Dom. Hey, look at the box.
Osk.
Bosky.
I like that one. Set that aside for
The Great
myself.
Bosky.
Frozen Han. Set that
Oh,
aside for
Frozen
myself.
Han.
Like to see the baby?
Oh, Warner Herzog. You get his autograph on
Yeah, you save that one for JJ. JJ is a big Warner song.
Hey,
Warner
you do-
Herzog for me.
You think the client is going to show up in Andor?
No.
No, I do not.
No.
He might show up in.
He's a
Jack
minor
Reacher
character.
again.
Nope.
Warner Herzog is Jones into appear in Star Wars again.
Why is AOA trying to check out what's underneath the table? Out of the Hutt. Gold Job of the Hutt.
Jabba.
Hey.
Nice.
Jabba Nobata.
You got so many blue parallels.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
They're about one every
Vanguard?
other pack.
Oh, is that the Prison Break episode?
We
Yeah,
don't have
Prison
die
Break, yeah,
cut.
the
We haven't seen
brother.
a die cut yet. You should get at least one, if not two.
You might get 2 autographs in this box.
Oh yeah, I want to see what like the die cut is. Like, is it just
I think it's
on the
a cutout of
outside? Is there stuff
character,
missing
I
out of the
think.
middle? What is that?
I don't
Green?
I think they
Yeah.
actually pulled an IG-88 one time.
This turd's dead. Hey!
Dengar.
Oh,
Hey.
good box.
Bosk.
Hey,
Yeah, they,
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I see.
Give it back.
pick the
There you
Lions.
go.
Hey,
old man
there you
Boba.
go.
Old man Boba.
But that was
Old
really,
man Boba.
he was actually good.
Don't want AOA trying to find any little monsters peeking out of my shorts.
Marco's meaty thigh.
I don't
nice.
see it.
It's right here. Here, see that? That's my leg. That's what he's saying. I like
the
her
sisters.
I like Ketsu.
too. I think she's a great character.
Yeah,
Still haven't seen
Hey,
Ketsu.
hey,
Amazing
yeah.
Rouge.
I mean, put that one to the side. Blue
Parallel
parallel.
Chewie.
Is it LV?
Sarlacc.
Oh, the Sarlacc bit.
Sarlacc Pit becomes a mercenary?
That's a good card.
Maybe 1 in 6.
It's a 1 in 6. Nice.
Why is the Sarlacc Pit a mercenary card? That's what I'm saying.
We had
They throw cash down in the hole and they pay it.
One thing is, if you're a collector of insert sets, you can actually put together almost an entire insert set of that with one box
No.
of this.
Oh, hey, Chubby Bib.
Chubby.
Baba.
Chubby, chubby.
Chubby Bib Blue. That was a blue parallel of Chubby Bib,
Great
too.
Dragon.
Morning guard.
Aw. Feared mercenary?
He's
The child?
we had R2D2 too. For one
What
of
the hell's
them.
that?
Arsing and
Or
Orange.
Orsing.
gun.
That was Aura Singh.
Oh, so Grogu is a feared mercenary now.
He is.
It's
He's
Mando.
got that. He's got
Mando
that
card.
sweet chainmail.
I know. He's gonna
He
rock
does travel
it
around
next
with
year.
Mando. Just
He's
saying.
gonna rock it next year.
Sarlacc and the mercenaries, true.
Take down some more mudhorns.
This is
Aura.
real
That's
life.
cool, Aurora thing. He's like the old
There he is.
picture.
The guy
Was
nobody
that
cares about.
Clancy? Clancy
Yeah.
Brown?
Wait.
Fancy, yep.
Check the back of that one real quick. No, I mean the Dengar one, the next one. There you go.
Oh, purple.
Purple
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it looks like purple.
Numbered.
Is he numbered at the bottom there?
It's number 7 out of 35.
Okay,
That's pretty
There
good.
you go.
not bad. It's not bad.
There you go. Purple. Is that a.
So you got a level 3, so it's
Oh,
already
so that was a level 3.
Yeah,
That was a bounty
level
level
Oh,
3.
yeah, level 3 card.
Mhm.
You could probably get your money back with that Dengar.
I don't know if
Probably.
Dengar's big enough
Why you do
draw
that?
for that.
Who's
Probably
buying
not.
the Dengar?
Let's see.
There's
Dengar.
Dengar fans out there, man.
I
Really?
like Dengar.
You know, so I think it was like a year or two ago we broke those Galaxy Chrome packs on here. Those now go for like $600 a box.
That's crazy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Ooh,
Dengar
I see
found
red.
level 3 is still only like 3-4
Red
bucks.
is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Red is
IG,
good.
There's a red.
28 out of 75.
Oh, it's only
Oh,
level
it's
1.
bounty
Level
level
one.
1 red. Yeah, that Dengar is only like 3-4 bucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, look at Boba holding his dad's
Yeah,
head.
the problem with numbered parallel cards is
I'm surprised
you
it never came
gotta
out of
pull
Funko Pop.
it's about like autographs. You really got to pull like a one
character.
to really get up there in price,
Or something, Mando.
or be like
You
a
need that
1 of
dual
1 or like a
card,
1 of
Harrison
5.
Ford and Jeremy Boba.
No, maybe there
Need
is.
that
We'll
card.
see.
Maybe Boba.
Dude, how many young Bobas do you got?
A lot.
A lot.
You for this
You got a
guy.
couple Bosks, too. Even
You
extra
put all the
Embos.
Boba Fett's on the side.
What's that? What'd you say?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Dom, you can have the Bobas. I can give you those Bobas. I was hoping we'd have something good to give away to fans in the chat, but
It's a patch card.
he's not giving him a Han Solo card, bro. Not today, not tomorrow.
Now give him the.
Maybe it was
Give him the
Greedo.
autograph of Suki.
Well, he likes Suki
The
too.
Crate Dragon, the mercenary.
I'm actually doing really good on this pack of characters.
Hey, Blue Greedo.
Hey, Guido.
Greedo.
Greedo, as you were
Not-
saying.
Guido Sotucci.
Oh, the other Han Solo.
Got like 4 of these and 4 of those or 5. That's garbage. All
Hey,
right.
client. I would like to see the baby.
Holy shit. This box never ends.
Yeah, there's 24 packs. It's a pretty big box.
That's why it's so heavy.
How much was this box?
It's retails for $150.
Okay.
Not gonna tell you what I got it for.
300.
No.
way.
JJ said I did a great job on this box. Oh, awesome, Frog Lady, because that's what.
Oh,
He got
Oh,
the Greedo.
Frog Lady.
Totally what you
belongs
wanted.
in this box.
And
Sam
Sam
Weasley,
Wessel.
Alexander, another Jabba, another
Blue
blue
Jabba.
Jabba.
More
Yeah,
Bosk.
more
I
Dengar.
mean, Dengar and Bosk.
Another Katsu.
Katsu.
The hell are those?
Let's sing
That
right here.
thing sitting on the wall.
We're ticking
I'm
down. I
not
think
gonna
we got-
lie. That's a shitty image to put on a card.
Yeah.
You look at that card, you go,
This is why I don't like.
Especially for 1 and 6. You're
The
like,
one problem with sets like this is they're all like horizontal cards, and when they use images like that, it does kind of suck.
like, oh
Ooh,
boy, I got.
I see red. I see a red Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
You on it? Boba Fett.
I see a red Boba Fett.
that's be a tier 3.
Ooh,
Or be
Eight?
bounty 3, whatever.
I think it's
I like it.
What am I looking for?
25.
Bounty
For 125.
30 out of 50.
Oh,
That's
it's
okay.
So,
Feels good.
Still level 2 though. It's not
two.
bad.
Just
I
put that on
see.
my
I bet
side.
you being a Boba Fett, that'll probably sell better than the Dengar.
Probably
Even
would.
though it's
I'm gonna
numbered
look it up
lower.
now. Boba Fett, level 2.
Yeah, red.
Oh, I shouldn't. Yeah, I should probably put red. Yeah, level 2 didn't come up with anything good.
Yeah, I'm probably destroying these fucking.
Oh, there's
cards.
none.
none up for sale.
I didn't check for sold. Oh wait, there's a sold. No.
Oh.
About $18.
Says about
Joe says.
18 bucks.
18? 18's not bad.
Like I said, even though it's numbered higher, it's going to go for better than the Dengar
There you
because
go.
people want the Boba Fett.
There you
Obviously,
go.
not
Good
the
night,
Dengar.
JD.
Yeah. Ooh, Blue Bosk. Woo.
Get out, Joe. A finesse without the helmet on this time. Really, dude?
That dude?
Yeah. Spy.
He's a spy.
Render,
He is a
render.
spy, yeah.
Docking Bay 94. Who the hell's that?
That's one of the
Sing.
small ones that he's on small hunters with Sing, and they capture him in the Clone
I
Wars.
thought it was one of the
Heavy on
droids.
that.
I thought it was one of the droids that was with Grievous.
No,
No, okay.
he's like a little guy.
Okay.
Zoom
hell's that?
again.
A minstrel.
Horatio Sands again?
Rachel Sands.
That old Lando?
Green. So that should be
Good.
numbered. I don't know to what.
12 out of 150.
Okay.
Hero.
Oh,
Hey,
so that's,
sure.
apparently that's level 1.
Yeah. For Greedo, nobody's going to care about that.
Yeah.
Green Greedo. I mean, it's got
Again,
alliteration
I
on
mean,
its
how many
side.
times do we see Boba Fett's
Is
kid
a
hold
Boba Fett card or a Django Fett card?
Boba Fett holding Jangle's severed
He's
head.
got Django's helmet.
Tanwi! With Pippi Longstocking. What the hell's that?
Blue.
Parallel.
Blue parallel.
Hey,
Ooh.
Zuckus!
Zuckus.
It's kind of cool. This card again.
Oh, that's right. That's the one I thought was the Witch King of Angmar.
All right, this is it. Last one.
Oh, let's see what you got,
Big money.
Hammerhead. See what
Big money,
magic
big money.
Hammerhead has in store for us.
Doesn't seem to have much left. FNS with the helmet on this time.
And
Hit early.
the Rancor.
Oh, thank God we didn't get a Voss.
Voss.
No
Blue
blue.
Lando.
Hey,
Lando.
Blue Lando.
Oh,
We
we
didn't
didn't
get
see that
anything
yet.
else good in this. There's no hits left.
Fennec.
Fennec
Chain.
lounging, and another Gideon.
And another feared baby.
Guys, bummer of a pack, I guess, or was it a good pack? I don't know. I like it because it got home from us, so I don't care.
I mean, I've seen worse. For a
Yeah,
box.
you got Han
Three.
Solo.
What, we get 3 red parallels or 2?
Yeah.
I got
You got
2 red parallels, green, a signature. Sugi and Solo make this for me. I don't care.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
your
say,
auto-
you
I mean,
got the Solo.
Your
you got the
auto could have
Solo.
been better, but that's a good hit on a patch card, really. Could have been a lower number, but at least it's a numbered patch card.
You got the purple 35.
They are BK. I'm good with those 2. Did I miss the die cut? I didn't get a die cut. I don't think.
Yeah, I thought there was supposed to be
No.
1 in every 12, according to what they put, but apparently
That is what they put. That is what you're supposed to get. Maybe I just missed what it looks like.
Yeah, maybe it's
I think
there's
it's
something.
pretty-
They're missing holes in the card somewhere.
I could go find an image of one, but it should be pretty
Well,
obvious.
see, I
that
don't
it's
think a
die
parallel.
cut.
I don't think a cut card is exactly a cut card. Sometimes it's a regular card, but
It could be like a
What's it
raised
supposed to look-
image, maybe.
What's it supposed to look like?
But usually the die cut cards are literally a different shape.
Yeah, it looks different. No, I just googled, or not Google. I eBayed the die cut card. Yeah,
Did
it's
you?
not. It's not shaped like a card. It's weird. You didn't get any. You sure you're
that's
supposed to
kinda
get
strange.
some?
You would have assumed at least 1.
all right, someone took it out of the pack.
If I remember right,
It
they
could
are
have been
kind
like.
of thin,
It could have been something. What was the ratio? It could have been something like 1 out of 5
It's supposed to be 1
boxes.
out
or
of 12, I thought. But
There was because he had listed it on the thing as
printing plates.
But if I remember right, they're kind of thin too, so it might be got mixed in there somewhere. But I didn't see it. That's for sure. Yeah, all in all, I mean that's not a terrible box. Like I said, you got a good patch card. You got 2 red
Yeah,
parallels.
great
That's pretty good. I mean, I've seen boxes like this ripped with no.
Here we're looking at. I'm looking at the thing. You got an autograph. You got the
2 die
sketcher
cuts.
patch card, which we got. Feared Mercenaries. You got plenty of those.
Yeah.
We didn't
But
get
it's a
Feared Mercenary
Feared
die
Mercenary
cut.
die cut.
So you should have gotten 2. So maybe 2 of the Feared Mercenaries we didn't notice could have been die cuts.
Possibly.
How would I know they're die cuts or not?
I don't know. That's
There's
what I'm trying to look up.
They usually have. I don't know because I've never seen a die cut for this set. But usually a die cut is like a character head cut out or something like that. It's a different.
Yeah,
shape
the
cut.
couple examples I have, they look like they're shaped like Vader's head, but that's the only example I have.
You definitely got 15 blue parallels.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah.
blue parallel.
Well, yeah, because I got 2 red or 3 reds, 2 red.
And then
Well,
here's
granted,
the whole
that's-
breakdown of the different levels, which we did get a couple hitting. You got a 3. You got a level 3 in there.
Yep.
You got level 2s in there as well. We got these 2 because you got a Cad Bane. We only got you got 2 Cad Banes.
Oh, I think. Okay, hold on. I think those feared.
Go back to that last slide because they showed the die cut there on the back. The last slide.
This one?
Yeah, it says right there the feared cut die cuts are 5 card set showing bounty hunters with bringing Millennium Falcon during the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I think they're like. Are they supposed to be like this? Yeah, I think they're supposed to be like this. They're just a small.
Hold on. Let me.
That card doesn't look
Which
different to
one?
me.
Show it again. Show it again. Which one you think it might be?
Well, if it's
No, that
no, it
doesn't
should
look
be
like that.
if it's a
No.
5 card set. So it should be either IG-88, Boba Fett, Bosk. Help me out here, guys. 5 from Empire Strikes Back.
IG-88 boss, Angar.
Well,
Gengar.
it depends
Gengar.
on is it in the hobby box or it could be in a regular box. Because
It's a hobby box because they had the
okay.
H on the front. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
but, that example there did not look different. Like it didn't have a different shape.
Yeah.
So I think
I'll
you
have to go
probably got
over-
them.
I don't know. I don't like I said. I've never seen one for the set, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, the
Typically,
ones
they're a different shape,
I'm
but
looking
maybe
at
not.
online, it's like Vader's helmet, and it's shaped like Vader's helmet. It's
Yeah,
and then it's
Well, that's how
got
they
the
usually look.
bounty hunter inside, so you would know if you got it. Like it's shaped like Vader's head.
yeah. Six got 4-Lime and Zuckus would be the other 2.
There was a no.
But sometimes they can be thin, like thinner than a normal card.
Cards are cards, man.
Yeah.
They got some decent hits though. That's not bad. I said, I've seen people rip boxes where you literally end up with like 2 green parallels and a blue parallel, or sorry, 2 greens and like a purple. Like you never even get close to like a red.
Wait, why does
So
this
get 2
one have
reds
a
is
blue
not bad.
back and a green front? Like this has got a green front and a blue back. Usually they have the same color.
Here's like an example. I'm going to go to the internet now.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
like it's shaped like Vader's head.
Is that
Die
for
cut,
this
and it's
series?
got IG-88 in it.
Was that for this series though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get any of these.
Yeah, Feared Mercenaries.
Yeah, you would know if you got this.
Well, I'll call up Tops and tell them I didn't get any. Right? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
I'm guessing, yeah, 'cause
Yes.
we would have seen that shit because that it's very because there's also a forlom. There's like they're shaped like Vader's head, and
yeah,
they
Yeah,
have
we did
the
it all on
bounty hunter
camera.
inside.
I mean, hey, look, this is the out thing. It's got the whole Tops logo on it. It wasn't unsealed. You know what I mean? Like, plus this guy's reputable.
No.
All right.
I mean, it happens. That's why they'll probably come back and tell you, well, it's not guaranteed. It's one in every 12 or something.
Yeah, but
who knows?
They said one in every box. Or
It
one.
doesn't say
every
that
box.
though. It doesn't say guaranteed.
No, it doesn't say one in every. It's
Yeah,
that was
it's
the what to
average.
expect thing is just what you can expect given the pack ratio.
All right. Yeah. And I'm not going to get old. I wasn't going to do it anyway, so I don't.
No, you're not.
I mean, sometimes you do. Like if you get a box with no auto,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because you are guaranteeing an
It
auto.
says guaranteed. You're like, what the fuck?
That's
Yeah.
different. Yep.
That
You
Feared and
got
Mercenary.
what was her name again?
Oh, that was
Ziggy?
Jumble for.
Suki?
Ziggy?
Stabby? No.
Ziggy or Ziggy?
Ziggy.
Ziggy,
It's Ziggy.
Ziggy, Zaggy, oi, oi, oi.
It's been a long time since I've heard that.
Yeah, it had. So, Marco, can you show the front of the box real quick? Like the. No, I'm talking like the lid. Like the thing you folded back. There you go. See that H there? With a circle around it? Yep, right there. That denotes it's a hobby box for Tops.
Ah,
Just so everybody knows.
that's how you know it's a hobby box. There's an H
That's how you
with
know
a
it's a
circle.
hobby box.
All right. It's pretty cool, I guess. All right. Well, don't forget to turn into the Wednesday show where we will be doing something. We have to.
We got a big show.
Yeah, I haven't worked out all the details, but
We're
you're giving a lot of
gonna-
stuff away. That's all I know.
So thank you everybody except for AOA for showing up today, and
Leave AOA alone.
Mean.
that's good. Yeah, I'm positive to have that. There are Vader heads. You didn't get one. No, I'm cool with it. I think we did all right, guys.
Anything else? I mean, tomorrow I do not have hidden gems. It will be a pickup show showing you what I bought at King Con.
I can't believe you got
And,
suckered into buying that Lopez book. You paid way too much, even if you paid.
I mean, he didn't say what he bought it for. I don't know what he bought it for.
You paid
I'll tell you
$5
on the show. Tell you on the show what I paid for it.
Lopez said to buy it for $100. So,
I'll tell you what I paid for it on the show. All I'll say is, if you go on eBay before I bought that one, the only one available was asking $600.
which is his book. So
Lopez?
yeah, sometimes when books aren't listed, doesn't mean that they're worth anything. That means nobody's willing to fucking go and dig them out of the bin to sell them.
Nah, but it still doesn't matter. I'll tell you what I paid. I'm not ashamed. I'm just not giving it away now. I'm not giving you that free cornbread. That's a silly term. That's
I'm just kidding with y'all. Oh, it's nothing. It's some book that he likes about Marauders. It's the Marauder all looking at.
Yeah, it's a second print incentive, which I hate, and it's an error.
Doesn't mean anything. It's a good book.
I know. I'm just saying it is what it is. But still, be doing the
Mark,
pickup
tell
show
us what
on
you're
Monday.
doing.
I have a Star Wars centric Chasing Ghosts on Tuesday. We'll be doing our 2K extravaganza giveaway on Wednesday, and then
Everybody will probably talking about Andor because we have all the Star Wars guys on. So
oh
we can all
shit,
say
that's right. Andor's on Wednesday. Thursday will just be dollar bin digging. Friday, well, Dom is still without Jedi for a week, but we're gonna figure something out. I don't know what it's gonna be. We're gonna figure something out.
I'm gonna figure something out.
We don't have a lot of time.
I know. I'm just
Or
saying.
I'll say I don't have a lot of time. We don't have
you guys
a lot of time.
us on Saturdays, also our other live show.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. I'm never buying any more card packs because that was, in my opinion, not exciting.
You guys, make sure you put in the comments if you disagree and you want to see more cards, because we'll get Marco to buy more. So
no, I'm not buying more cards.
You got some nice
cards. Put it in the comments, and then he can't argue because you'll say, "Look,
hey, there's a set that comes out next month." Just saying.
They I'll talk to them about pre-buy and stuff.
We'll see. With that, we'll see you guys later.
Later.